BBBO22, and I am very excited for this week's bracket. Toledo, tell them what's going on.
We have so much out-of-state talent here, it's kind of insane. We have Hitoshira, we have Ice School, we have Mecha Oni, we have NY's finest, Onikage as well. We have a lot of killers here in bracket trying to take the crown away from Boston. Santis, this is going to be nuts.
I'm super excited for some of the games that we have tonight. We have Jiukin from Virginia as well. We have not seen a Carl on stream since some of the earlier matches where New England's own Search used to play. They've been out of it for school lately, so I'm excited to see Carl on the screen as well. And I'm very happy that we have returning out-of-state players Oregard and Karanchi from last week back as well.
That's the first time I've ever heard a former Azrael player be extremely excited for Carl.
That matchup's fine. Don't worry about it.
You don't even play the character. Don't even stress it.
Shh, don't tell him. Don't tell him. I'll bust him out on stream for the free W's.
I said former.
So, the first match that we have today is we have the aforementioned Onikage from New York versus New England's own finest Jackie Sparkles, the man himself.
So, for those of you that are unaware, Jackie Sparkles is one of the pillars of the New England experience, and what we would like to call it. Jackie is a Tager player, has been playing Tager for how long exactly?
At least 3 or 4 years, I'd say. Longer than me.
Oh, jeez, yes. I've never played Tager at all, so that's a lot. But the most important aspect of Mr. Jackie Sparkles is that they are what we like to call a butter churner. So expect to see a lot of wild 720s come about and a lot of crazy hype energy plays. And actually, we shouldn't sleep on his opponent coming up. We have a Mr. Onikage over here, correct?
Yes, Onikage is also a very scary player. I've been playing him a decent amount this week, and I know you have as well, Toledo, in the lead up to this event. But you can never count Jackie Sparkles out. There's no opponent too strong that Jackie Sparkles can't knock him out of the bracket.
Well, we haven't quite knocked out Jackie Sparkles yet. For those that aren't aware, Onikage is a New York Ragna player, been in the scene for a good while, a young man on the come up, as some would like to say. Oni is also what Onikage is best described as a heart player. They will do what they feel is right, and you have to hold that each time. And you have to make sure that your offense is structured in a way that they respect you. Otherwise, they will DP and claw their way out no matter what, using every tool at Ragna's disposal. I played Onikage earlier today and recently, and they are in pretty good form, is what I'd like to say.
While we wait for Onikage, I just want to give a shout out to the chat. It's nice to see Noctis Onyx. Sad I didn't get to go to any of the Virginia tournaments this year. And One Star, I was not expecting to see you here today, so it's really nice to have you in chat. I see Oregard as well. Our new out-of-state player returned from, I believe, they made top 4 last week on our larger 14-man bracket.
Was that supposed to be a pun of new out-of-state player? Because if so, I'm actually angry.
It wasn't, but if I was smarter, it probably would have been.
Oh my god. Yeah, I guess that's... Well, okay. Thankfully, Onikage is here, so we can avoid the rest of those accidental puns, and I guess... accidentally unintentional? Yeah, I guess that's the best way to put it.
Well, I'm excited to watch some hype BlazBlue. Ragna versus Tager is a hell of a matchup.
So, I would say we're pretty good to go.
Yeah, whenever both of these players lock in, we're ready to start. That looks like right now.
Excellent. Alright, so nothing unusual here at the character select. We're expecting Tager versus Ragna. Now, Thantis, you played Tager before, so I think you have a decent idea of how this matchup would work, at least traditionally speaking.
This isn't a particularly bad matchup for Tager. Ragna has kind of low health. If you can get one hit on him, which isn't too hard given his tools, it gets really scary for him. You can start counter-poking him with 360B to pull him out of some of his longer range normals like 5B. But you're still Tager, so you gotta win that first interaction first. And once you get put in the corner, it gets kind of hard to get out without making a good read.
Right, that makes sense. I think Jackie is definitely the type of person that's willing to make these reads and definitely is willing to wedge on command. They've done it before for plenty of people. We're not even doing intros? Jesus Christ. All right. Anyway, let's get right into it.
Skipping the intros. Automatically, Onikage getting a starter. Trades everywhere.
Yeah. Luckily, we saw the backdash on the 5B at round start, but right now, oh my goodness, Onikage taking him straight to the corner. What's the mix-up?
Catches Jackie mashing on wake up. That's good. Gets another knockdown. And Jackie just blocking.
Yeah, this is, oh my, clash on the DP and it's still hit. What?
Oh, we
get ults out.
Magnatech wheel to get out of the corner. Gets DP'd for trying to do 2D Oki.
Ragnar's got all the meter and all the resources. Jackie still, oh my god, what?
Punishes the Spark Bolt with Carnage Scissors. What a call out.
Had just enough time to get that Carnage Scissors out. I'm really shocked. I thought he would have to hold that, but Onikage knowing that he had just enough time to actually do that. And the great anti-air 5A from that. Such a great 5A from Ragnar right there.
2.0K, 2.8K, and almost carried to the corner. And Jackie's low on burst, so this could be a scary round.
At this point, it's not almost to the corner, it's straight to the corner, but we got the great wedge read right here from Jackie, knowing that they need to challenge Onikage's pressure, otherwise they'll keep it up. Trying to go for the air driver in order to call out a jump, but Onikage staying to the ground. And some of the crazier aspects of this matchup that I find is that because Taker has so much health, Ragnar has a lot to steal from in order to gain and get a little bit of longevity for the next hit. Going straight into OB.
That was a ballsy overhead from Onikage, because Taker has that 50 meters, so he can go for the 720 whenever he wants at this point.
Yeah, at this point, I think I'm actually quite shocked that Jackie hasn't even pulled it off earlier. Oh, full meter, and immediately pops the Sparkle. Let's go. Magnetism is off. Blue beat combo. Oh, boy.
This is a scary place to be.
This is still Taker's game.
Taker got his burst back.
He had the burst.
Ooh.
Oh, my. And the magnetism dragged him back in. So the JC actually connected from about full screen. Jesus.
A convincing looking first round from Onikage on paper, but when you really look at that last round there, he was only one touch away from death. If Jackie Sparkles lands that 720, Ragnar's pretty much dead.
Yeah. I feel like this is definitely the standard sort of grappler situation where, you know, you have a rushdown versus grappler and a Taker especially who has a great amount of health. So, more or less, if Taker gets those quick couple of reads, it's pretty much all over. But so far, Onikage has been extremely confident in his offense. We haven't seen any hesitation from him. He's gone straight up into 2A mashes right after, sorry, not mashes, 2A meaties right after knockdowns in order to, you know, cover any of Taker's options. And surprisingly enough, Jackie hasn't done any wake-up 720s or even wake-up wedges.
Yeah, I'm honestly, I think he's been getting mashed out of the grabs because Taker's wedge is only frame 6 invuln and the regular Taker Buster is only frame 3. So if you meaty him correctly, he still can't do them on wake up. So I think that's what some of these counter hits are supposed to be.
Yeah, that would be it. I wouldn't expect Jackie or Taker in general to necessarily be mashing 5A or 2A. One thing that I think would be really good for Jackie to start using would be Taker's backdash. Just because it's such a good tool for calling out certain pressure resets. But
Jackie
right now,
Sparkle spending his burst really early, getting a really good neutral confirm. That was great. Getting DP'd out of the 2D Oki, though, that hasn't been working out too well for them.
Yeah, I think I actually agree with this burst a lot, if only because you take away a lot of Ragnar's momentum and you're able to, never mind, that momentum doesn't matter as we have. Ooh, Onikage with an accidental drop, but still.
Oh, the 720, there we go, people. This is what we watch Jackie Sparkles for. Backdash into 720, grabbing Ragnar right out of his game.
Taker classic and a full meter for Spark Bolt. Onikage recognizes that and bursts immediately. Wants to take this round off rip.
This could be scary, though, because that means he won't have his burst for next round if he loses. Blocks the DP, but does not block the follow-up.
The classic DPRC JC. You have to hold that if you're blocking the first hits.
Jackie
However,
Sparkles
right now we have the...
almost having all of his burst back, though, and Onikage doesn't have any of theirs, so this could be scary. OD is a powerful tool against Ragnar.
Yeah. It's definitely very good, and paired with Taker's defensive mechanics, doesn't even matter. Jackie decides to spend the burst.
Gets a really good JD, putting Onikage into the corner, though. Getting DP out of their Oki again, though.
Yeah, Onikage, oh my, he tried to go for the cross-up carded scissors, cross-up DP, but gets same side and still manages to connect anyway. Jackie still has that.
Baits the mash on wake up from Onikage, backdash 720, killing him. Those are the hard reads. You love to see that.
That was a beautiful backdash, and I love seeing Jackie do that in order to make Onikage second guess himself.
Maybe
round start, magnetism set up. Oh, you were saying?
I was gonna say maybe now we'll see Onikage respect some more of Jackie's Oki.
Honestly, I'm not too sure. Onikage's had a lot of momentum throughout these matches, and it's taken a couple of hits just for Jackie to really get started. Speaking of, great counter hit right now. Doesn't get the gadget finger, but 5H is classic CP. That's kind of insane.
Getting hit by the 6B. This isn't going to be death, but it's going to be pretty close. Next hit definitely kills for Ragna.
However,
And that backdashes out 720. You can't
Once
drop
again.
against Tager.
And he's got OG up and Spark Bolt. This is looking real dangerous for Onikage.
Bursts out. Catches him with a Spark
Gets
Bolt.
hit with it. Smart. Yep. Has 50 meter.
Ooh!
And hit. Wow, that was so smart.
Holy shit. Jackie Sparkles doing TK2C to grab Onikage out of the overhead. What a way to end a round.
That was really beautiful play from Jackie. I'm loving these adaptations right now.
Jackie definitely kind of getting a read on Onikage's habits. I loved the wake up the backdash on Onikage's wake up to call out the defensive option and then just 720 to punish.
Yeah, I think those were really great. I love seeing Tigers start to use some of their different defensive mechanics that they have. Onikage looks a little, I shouldn't say flustered. That's not accurate at all. I think Oni is surprised by some of these options that Jackie is now starting to implement in their game plan. I'm really curious to see if Onikage decides to start waiting a little bit or trying to go for a 2A 5B in order to call out some of these backdashes.
The important thing is that Onikage keeps their composure because this is a really scary place to be. Tager can just steal a whole tournament from you. So you gotta make sure that you stay calm even once you start losing.
Exactly. And we have round start magnetism set up. There's a wedge going on. It's time for the blender.
What's he gonna do? What? Catches him out of the jump. Look at that.
Jackie's momentum. Oh my goodness. Goes for a 720. Onikage does not know what's going on. Yeah, Stantis, it's looking like Jackie has all the momentum and the resources into this next round. Burst meters are going to be equal. However, you have Tager willing to use OD as a defensive option against Ragna's offense. Looking a little scary.
Onikage definitely playing a little bit more defensively, but Jackie's doing a great job moving around neutral, clashing with the anti-air.
We've had so many clashes this match. I've seen DP clash twice within the same game. That's kind of nuts. Oh, counter hit right there. Okay. Jackie, that looked like a really awkward confirm. I'd have a hard time doing that. Oni decides to go for the burst. I agree.
Ooh, you can't safe jump 360B. That's going to catch you.
Oh boy. Any 720 will do it now.
Ooh!
For the driver. Oh my goodness. This could be death with RC. Jackie famously... Oh my god. And Jackie Sparkles in dominating fashion takes the second game.
Air 360 to drag him over, land on the ground, 720 them. There's no more Jackie Sparkles way to win than that.
That was insane. And I really, really loved how that set worked out. Because we saw Onikage really giving Jackie, not quite the business, but we'll definitely say that Onikage was definitely putting Jackie on the back foot. And I love to see the composure from Jackie come into factor with how they adjusted with their defense and started to gain momentum. And we unfortunately saw Onikage's momentum and composure falter as Jackie started to free up to do more and more crazier things.
So next up on deck, we have two New England locals. We have Uber, the U-Man himself, one of the people on our Discord who plays the most constantly. And we have Casper, a man from another age, has not competed in one of our net play tournaments in months, but was a large part of the offline scene back before the pandemic.
I'm a young buck, so I have not seen Casper play, but trust me, I have seen Uber's ats in the Discord, and I have taken up a number of them. Uber lately has been on the rise and is doing a lot well, but somewhat infamously doesn't often flex Hakumen's drive too much in RPSs. But regardless, they've been doing much, much better over these couple of past weeks.
Definitely interested to see how both of these players interact with each other and how they adapt like we saw in the last set.
Yeah, Naruto has a plethora of options, but a lot of Hakumen's defensive options, at least his drives, are pretty good at handling it from close range.
This is a really explosive matchup too. Both of these characters are able to get easily 5k off of several confirms.
Pretty much, yeah. I think one of the big aspects of this matchup is going to be how much people can gain off of one little hit.
Some moving around, but Casper getting a solid confirm. Looks like they're going to carry Uber to the corner here.
Oh my, how did you get the... What?
Hits him with the overhead, and now we're getting another combo, flips him back into the corner.
Yeah, speaking of confirms, it looks like Casper's got everything down for the net. Was that a reset?
Oh, it tries the air reset, but gets grabbed out of it.
From like a millimeter off of the ground? What?
Very patient neutral. Oh, now Uber's going in. But this tends to benefit Hawkeman because it gives him more time to build meter. Getting hit during Casper's OD, though, carrying him to the corner. This is going to hurt. 4K. TK Hotaru. Blocking the net play overhead.
Okay,
Let's
Casper
see.
decides to play it out a bit more calmly. Makes sense. Oh my goodness.
Casper flips the nut switch in 1 second. He's playing a calm game, and then all of a sudden he just hits you from full screen.
We had a patient 10 seconds at round start, and immediately it's descended into nuts activity.
Uber getting the momentum at the start of this match this time, though, but getting DP'd right out of it by Casper. Catching him low, probably trying to fuzzy jump.
Yeah, most likely. Trying to fuzzy jump again, perhaps?
Resets him into grab, gets a really good JD hit, runs up and does the overhead.
My goodness, yeah, he's gotten pretty good leverage off of that 6A. Now to 6A is a really great tool on top of his other offensive options in order to mix up his opponent. Ooh, but Uber right here, probably OD, ended rather early, had a lot of beads to work with. However, he still has about like 6 beads at the moment, which is very good.
Getting caught by counter hit JD though, so this could be death depending on how this route goes.
Purple
grabs him to death!
Oh god.
The disrespect!
And it was a counter throw, so I think Uber must have been accidentally mashing a throw input in the middle of that.
You know what? Maybe this isn't even isn't even disrespect. He TRM'd him out of the burst attempt. That's a really strong play.
I think that is Throw-Tex beyond Throw-Tex. Spooky in the chat. Yes, I get it. It's the Toledo special. He got purple thrown. Ha ha ha. Look, I'm gonna have a crazy chest at the end of this quarantine, I swear, with all the purple throws I see and get. Okay?
Toledo's been doing push-ups every day to practice.
Oh my goodness. Whatever. Anyway, back to the match. Right now, we have a really explosive round from Casper. I really want to see how Uber starts to manage against Naruto's offense, because right now, it honestly feels that Casper is just bull rushing in and just pressing buttons, and all of them are working out. Catching Uber low a lot with the 2As, mixing it in his 6As very well. Hasn't even been like crazy mix yet either. Nothing crazy with his 2 and 4A.
I think Casper's been playing really patiently and is just good at turning that switch to kind of get in on Uber once Uber's guard is down. So, like this, we have some pretty safe movement. Trying to catch him with JD, doesn't get it. Getting out of pressure, hits counter hit 6C.
How does? Oh, there's the 2D from Uber. Nice adjustment on Casper's offense.
Counter hit JD again. We could get a good confirm here. Gops for an easier one. Doesn't take him all the way to the corner, but still gets a nice 3.6. Baits the counter and gets the burst for it. Uber getting a confirm now. Should be able to take Casper to the corner.
Right.
Air grabs him trying to tech out.
That was a great attempt right there.
Casper doing wake up grab though, flipping Uber into the corner this time. Getting a healthy amount of. Ooh, he might be dead.
Will it kill?
Double super. Oh, nope, doesn't quite get it.
Yeah, drops it right there. This is definitely Uber's round to take with his last confirm. Tsubaki, nope, just got 4 beads, so he couldn't have supered.
Air Divine Smasher right out.
I've never seen that used that way, but that makes a lot of sense. That was an amazing movement option from Uber right there to position themselves just above the JD. That was kind of insane.
Yeah, I think that was a good adjustment from Uber. It was kind of a scary situation, and I think he played it really well.
Yeah. So now we got a pretty even match right now. Burst meters are looking relatively even here. Round 1 to Uber, getting the 6A, that's pretty good.
Yeah, the 6A, but it doesn't get a confirm off of it, and Casper puts him into the corner. Drops the combo, though. So this Hawkeman 3C that we're seeing Uber end strings with is very minus, so Casper can usually start his turn off of it, but he's choosing to disengage, which is really smart, because it means that he doesn't have to deal with... Oh, God. While I was explaining that, Casper's almost killed Uber.
Casper literally took Uber from corner to corner in the time that it took Santos to do that exclamation. Ooh, unable to counter that that 6D there from Casper. Ooh, pop the burst though. I think that's really good from Uber given the circumstances that he got Casper's burst.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best that Uber could hope for this run is getting the burst out of Casper. Without his own OD, his comeback is limited.
Yeah, and now we have a new round start here, so if Uber can pop Active Flow early, he'll definitely have burst up by then. Oh my goodness, Casper going for the YOLO Rekka.
Casper getting the overhead, but dropping the confirm, getting poked out and hit by Uber's own overhead.
Uber trying to go for the JD, didn't work out. Uber definitely understands that Casper is negative after that slash Kate and taking their turn. Good offense, good defense from Uber there.
I want to say Casper's doing a really good job blocking Uber's 6B. Gets 5K here. That's really good. And then counter hit. If he doesn't
drop combo with 5K, huh?
This is pretty scary. Uber's got his OD up and he has active flow. So if he ODs through something, Casper just dies.
He can basically kill off of a straight 2A. Keep that in mind.
Yeah, if he can confirm it. This is his next hitch could be death for either player. Counter salts him out of the overhead.
Was that Enma coming up?
I think that was the startup of Enma, and he just got him before the head invuln, yeah. Hits him with the overhead. OD.
Tossing during OD. He mashed on it? You madman.
Ooh, catches him with a 2D. Probably trying to do Enma. Catches him low. So that's it. Casper takes it.
Yeah, takes it very cleanly. Yeah, I think Uber was going for... I'm not sure what move because I'm quite sure I briefly saw Uber try to stand up. Not really sure what was going on there.
My assumption is that he was trying to go for Enma to close the gap and also beat out most of Casper's options, and he just wasn't expecting the far-reaching low that Casper has in 2D.
Yeah, I guess. Enma is H and body invuln, correct?
Yes, Enma is, head and body. It's basically like an anti-air that travels very far distance. Enma always catches me in places that I don't think that it will.
Enma will catch me backdashing or going to the bathroom or something, I swear.
Yeah. I'll get up from the table and then Enma will catch me off screen.
Basically. In my dreams, Hakumen pulls up and I try to 2A and he Enmas anyway. Terrible.
Pretty much. Hakumen won't be on screen. I'll get hit by a Hakumen's Enma from the set over. The people next to me will hit me with it.
Good.
So while we got some downtime, our next game is going to be our local player and tournament runner and last week's first place, Science Cat, who we see right here. And then someone who I believe got top 8 at Anime Evo Online this year, Hidoshira. So, Toido, who do you think has the advantage in this matchup?
You're asking me about Lambda? That's fair. I think it really depends. I'm not very familiar with Lambda, I'll be quite honest. But Kokonoe is able to pick their battles very, very cleanly, especially with Electric Trap and everything. I think it very much so depends on Hitoshira's style of Lambda. If Hito has a more rushdown oriented, I could see this being more Coco favored, or at least favored in terms of Science Cat. Otherwise, I'm not very sure on how this ends up.
I know Science Cat doesn't like the Zutter matchups because they disallow him from setting up his gadgets as well, but Kokonoe's normals are very good. She's got 3C, she's got JC, she's got JA, all very, very powerful tools for contesting your opponent without committing too much.
Did you mention 3C, 3C, and 3C?
Oh yeah, 3C as well. Let's not forget that one.
Jeez, yeah. That'll even catch Murakumo backdashes as well, which is a really great tool from Hitoshira. He can use I believe it's 22G, that is Lambda's closest thing to a reversal, which should be able to low crush it at certain ranges, but even then, it's a pretty risky option.
Well, Science Cat's got the corner, and he gets to run some Kokonoe mix here, keeping pretty good pressure, almost catching Hitoshira's jump out, but not quite.
Yeah. Yeah, this has been a pretty calm play, especially compared to our previous match. Right now, it looks like Science Cat just really wants to see what options Hitoshira likes to opt for. Hasn't gone for any crazy commits. It lands the 6B. This is going to be a pretty great starter.
Yeah, this won't quite kill, but it definitely sets them up to do some pretty disgusting things. They can go for an ice reset if they want, but it looks like they're opting for super, so I'm guessing they're just trying to go for the left-right, but Hitoshira is smart and rolls out.
Yeah, definitely recognizes that mix-up and has enough experience against Kokonoe. Ooh, super good on Science Cat to block the low there.
He doesn't catch this low, and is now in the corner getting hit by the standing overhead.
Science Cat's got 50 meter. Oh, and mashes out anyway. No fireball needed. He got 5A.
Science Cat loves to mash that 2A, and I can't blame him when the reward is so strong for him. He gets to flip you into the corner and do like 3.5. Trade at round start.
Shout out to Coco Buttons. Yeah, Hitoshira, I agree with the burst there. You want to space out Kokonoe and give yourself some room to breathe. Ooh! Command dashes in 2-2 deep. Catches Science Cat with the overhead here, and we're going straight to the corner.
Let's see what Science Cat doesn't wake up. Tries to jump out, gets hit, but the no confirm from Hitoshira. Wow. So now Nick gets to set up Oki. Side swap with Lightning. Lightning is a great starter. Going to take about 4K here.
This should lead into further mix here. Up, just opts to go for super jump, and there's the JTC. I was wondering where those were at. Science Cat, that was a dirty cross-up. That was rude.
Drops him into the left-right. That was a mean reset.
You didn't need to do that. You didn't need to do that, but you did that, and that's mean. And you're not a nice person, but you are a cool person for that. You're just not nice.
Yeah, well, shoutouts to Science Cat for helping us run this bracket.
Oh my god, how do you run bracket and then run this mix at the same time? That is disgusting.
I would like to add that our Science Cat, our local player, has a decent amount of Lambda experience because they fought one of our other local players, Dal Dakota, a decent amount, so they at least know the character's basic tools. I don't know how much experience Hitoshira has with Kokonoe. I know they're currently in New York, but I don't know if they've had a chance to play New York's Kokonoe, Tempest Tim at all.
I would expect Hito to have a decent idea of it. Hito's been playing for a decent amount of time, if I remember correctly.
I don't know much about Hitoshira. I heard about them for the first time at EVO this year, but a lot of people seem to know more about them than I do.
Yeah, I think Hito's been in the game for quite a bit of time. I would expect Kokonoe is a relatively common enough character to run into.
You only say that because you're from New England. We got all the Kokonoes.
Okay, fair, but Hito's also from New York, and Tempest Tim is there.
That is true.
There's a fair assumption to make that they've played at least once or twice.
That is, I think that's fair.
I think Neutral has definitely displayed that a bit in some respect, due to Hito knowing how to respect certain Coco buttons. And look at me being proven wrong immediately.
Nick has been just chasing him down with that JB. A lot of good air dashes in, blocking the mix-up and getting the mash for it. One thing that's worth noting is that unlike 13, Lambda 11 doesn't have a ranged low. She has to run up to do high-low mix-up. So if you stand, you don't have to worry about getting hit by any of the projectiles.
Can we talk about that 60 and side swap now?
Oh, filthy left-right, hops over him to get him back in the corner. Super confirm makes death here, except that he drops.
Oh, except ball's still coming down.
Grabs him.
Oh,
it's like finishing your food. It's just one touch apart.
Oh, God. I feel like Science Cat is playing almost like the 5-second rule. He'll drop a combo and immediately pick up and then kill anyway.
Hitoshira not having any of this, playing a very aggro round start this time. Running in, doing the overhead, getting it blocked, dashing out.
Ooh, great backdashes there. Science Cat unable to hit with the 3C there. Oh, and knows that left-right mix is coming up.
Hitoshira using the backdash to get out of pressure really well. Setting up mix and hitting Kokonoe. I'm guessing trying to jump out.
Presumably trying to jump out. Yeah, that would be my expectation. We're going back out of the corner, straight to neutral.
Catches but no confirm. That's a tricky one to get. It hits a 2A. Hito bursts.
Ooh. Oh my goodness.
Trades with the super.
So, how did... Oh my... And from the Shade 2C into Fireball. Oh my goodness. Is this going to lead into a trap with Oki?
He can set a Fireball out, which is good here. Runs right under the Panic Nail. That could be death.
Oh my goodness. I'm not sure. Doesn't have the meter.
Yeah, you're right. He doesn't have the meter, so this could be close. But he still gets to run the mix on Wake Up. Gets hit by the Lightning.
Another drop combo into death anyway.
And then you get hit by the Kokonoe 3C.
Oh my god. That was a really great match from Science Cat.
Science Cat took Hitoshira to court. I think they did a really, really good job running them down. They didn't give Hito any time to run their game plan. They used those good Kokonoe buttons to get in, and then they ran their mix and won.
Yeah, I think, honestly, no, I don't want to say that the match was lived and died by the neutral there. But I do think that Science Cat was able to was able to make the most out of pretty much any hit. It always led into Oki, even if something dropped. they were comfortable enough in neutral that they could still transition back into their offense on their terms.
I think Science Cat's confirms really strong. I think every time Hito maybe had a chance to get their game started, Science Cat would do something weird, like jump at a weird spot or try and backdash, and it would make the confirm awkward for Hito, and they would drop it, and then they would hit Kokonoe JA on the way down and start their turn. And I think that was something that kept Hito on the back foot pretty much the whole set.
Yeah, I think Science Cat also had a very good feel for how Hito wanted to play and would use those adjustments. In that last round there, especially when they literally dashed up as Hito went for the 2-2D, that was nuts to me. And was calm enough to get the 5A air hit, and I believe still confirmed decently off of it. Yeah, that was absolutely wonderful play from Science Cat. I'm just kind of floored by that, and the matches that we've already seen in the round 1 were great. And let me tell you, the round 2 matches that are coming up are gonna be kinda sorta, not actually kinda sorta, extremely nuts.
Yeah, we've got, I don't know who we're getting on stream exactly, but we have Jiyukin versus Dal Dakota, the other Lambda in our stream. We have Jackie Sparkles, who you saw beat Onikage earlier, versus Fems, another local gatekeeper that we have. We have Mecha Oni versus New England's own Uzumaki Hero. We have Aerodat versus Science Cat, who you just saw on stream. Spooky Blast is fighting Pikashock, a player I have not seen before. And it looks like everything else is still in round 1 at the moment. We're still waiting for some of the other results.
Yeah, looks like we got a result coming in. Yeah, looks like, okay. Yep, Science Cat is in the bracket, up against Aerodat for later. Orgard beat Yage 2-1. That's a pretty solid, that's a very difficult matchup.
Yeah, congrats to Yage for getting that one there. That is a hard one, and I know that Yage does not have a lot of experience with it.
For the stream, if they're unfamiliar with, Yage plays Bullet, my main also.
Wait, Toledo, you main Bullet? Is that why you know all the Bullet tech?
I haven't yelled about Bullet all day during this stream, so let me live my life, okay?
I'll think about it. I'll think about it.
I think that's very kind of you to consider it. And now we got Aura that has moved on. So round 2 currently it's looking like, yeah, Jukin versus Dao, Jackie versus Fems, Mecha Oni versus Uzumaki. That match should be quite nuts. We're waiting on a couple of the players there to reach out and make sure that they're around. We got Aerodat versus Science Cat, who you just saw play beautifully. And we also have, yeah, Spooky Blast versus Pikashock. This should be really interesting. Oh, and Richter versus Beauregard, which should be a nutty matchup either way, because it's either Bang new or it's Noel new. And I don't think people see either of those, like, at all.
I was talking to Beauregard earlier this week. Bang is a very rough matchup for 12. I know Beauregard also has a Noel and a Jin. I don't know if they're ready to bust either of them out in bracket yet. There's a very small chance we might get to see a Noel mirror on stream.
I didn't know they actually played Noel and Jin. Have you played them before in casual?
I played against their Jin in casuals this week, and I know they told me that they played a Noel, and I think they did Noel mirrors with Richter earlier this week. I don't know how those went, though, so I couldn't speculate as to who has the advantage there.
That is something that is quite absolutely beyond me.
But I gotta say, Richter's Noel kind of schnice.
It's not kind of, it is.
He was schmovin' last week. He got second place with that Noel. No bang at all.
He was doing super, super well, yeah. His bang is also no slouch either. So no matter what character these people pull out, I'm expecting something to be very, very great.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for that. It looks like Oni won his first round in losers. So if he makes the run back, which is totally possible, Oni's a very strong player, then he will have fought the most games out of anybody.
I would be perfectly fine with running the bet that Onikage would make the insane losers run. I don't have that currently as a prediction. I want to wait until after losers round 2 or 3 maybe. But I think at that point it all depends on whether or not Onikage has the staying power. These brackets will involve a lot of matches to grind through.
There are some killers in losers right now, though. Oni being down in losers is scary. I wouldn't want to fight him there. Small Squish lost to Uzumaki, but Small Squish came pretty much out of nowhere and surprised everybody a couple of weeks ago by almost beating Spooky Blast on stream. Definitely forcing him to switch characters to Arakune and then almost taking the Arakune to a match reset, which is something to say for someone who's never fought an Arakune player before. And then we also have Hiroshira down in losers as well, who's nothing to scoff at.
So pretty much what you're saying is that The winner's bracket is kind of nuts, and the loser's bracket is still kind of full of killers looking in the alleyway.
I'm just saying, if I was in this bracket right now, I'd be kind of scared to be in losers.
I think that is more than a little fair. I want to talk about Small Squish a little bit because I think they're a really, really cool player to see. They're a Hibiki player. As we like to joke on stream, Aerodat's son, even though they're both very, very young and on the come up.
Oh, looks like we're going to get Richter and Beauregard. Sorry to cut off your Small Squish speech.
Don't worry, it wasn't too much of a speech. The fact of the matter is that we have some crazy losers matches that are going to happen in the background that we can't even see because we're going to see some other nuts things. Richter, it's A-okay for being a little late. Beauregard will be probably back in a few minutes. They just have to handle a couple of things, and we should be right to the match. So I think this is very convenient that we were talking about Richter Beauregard earlier, and they're here. It's like so convenient.
One of the things that's nice about this tournament is we have so many good matches going on. We can't even show them all of them. Hopefully, some of these players record their own matches. I know that Science Cat records all of their matches that they play off stream. Tuito, usually you do the same when you're not commentating.
Yes, I am definitely the type of person that will record some of my matches and post them up on stream. But, no, not on stream, on the YouTube channel. But that's irrelevant. Self-plugs are for later. We have Noel coming in from Richter, and we got New coming in from Beauregard. Did these two get the chance to play last week? I'm not very sure.
I don't believe they played in bracket, but they did play...
They were playing some casuals earlier this week. I do remember that.
Yeah. They didn't get the chance to play. Fems knocked out Beauregard right before Richter had a chance to fight them, but they did get to play this week already.
I see. Man, I'm curious. I think the round start here for New is honestly just backdash drive. I'm not sure what Richter could do other than like IED JD perhaps. And the immediate super jump, that makes a lot of sense. New just wanted to back off, obviously playing a zoner. Noel, the ever so prototypical rushdown character that has had so many sweeping changes throughout the versions, but we can have the LOL Noel is low tier discussion later as Richter busts his way in using the drive. Or feels forced to burst immediately. I think that's pretty fair. We got a full screen situation right here. It's just currently pretty good neutral right now.
Worth noting, almost all of Noelle's drives are projectile involved, so she can actually just start hitting those buttons in neutral and kind of ruin a lot of New's game plan.
Yes, she also has what I believe is the 6D, which is the forward advancing one, which is probably going to be one of Richter's drives of choice.
Ooh, what a trade!
The YOLO cross-through works out, and I guess New's health is low enough that Noel can afford these trades somewhat, but I think the moment Aura starts opening up Richter in neutral, we're going to see a much differently paced game.
Richter getting Beauregard into the corner, so this could be scary here, finally getting a chance to run some of their own mix. 13 does not have any reversals.
Ooh, hit up with a 4D. Ooh, the Noel classic.
Richter got a convincing first round.
Yeah, notably, actually, no, that wouldn't be a good idea. I was going to suggest that Beauregard could possibly sweep, but that sweep is pretty slow and would lose heavily to other options.
Richter blowing through all of his drives and getting kind of punished for it, getting air grabbed by Beauregard. Schmovement crimes under arrest.
You have been punished for Schmovement crimes. Your punishment is gravity well.
Hits him with the projectile, keeping him in the corner. Staying full screen, though. Noel running forward, but just can't get through that gravity well in time.
Yep, looks like Beauregard's recognizing that they need to switch the pace here and there, trying to meet up Richter, but Richter ODs and still manages an okay confirm. Right back to neutral. 6-8 connects. Wow, okay, and we're going into a pretty solid combo here. Beauregard's got active flow up, so if they decide to pop OD to seal a round, they have a decent amount of burst up.
This looks like, ooh, just short of death, unfortunately. But this is going to be a hard comeback for Richie to make.
Yep, Beauregard recognizing that they can either just time out for 50 seconds or just keep Richter stuck in block stun and just wait till they forget a barrier.
Richie's smoothing around the super pretty well, which is great, but just getting hit. Trying to schmoove through.
Smooth moves, yes. I think Orgard's recognizing that Richter loves to pop a lot of drives, especially forward advancing drives, and will continue to do so even if they whiff, in hopes that Orgard might run into them or that they'll be able to invuln through it. And Orgard recognizing that great chase 2-1-4-2. Wow, that was kind of insane. Yep, and right now we see Orgard starting to bait out some of Richter's offense, deciding to kind of move in and switch up the spacing here and there, so it's harder for Richter to understand what spacing is required of himself.
One thing that I think is interesting is that Richie's opting not to use any barrier. I'm guessing so that he doesn't get pushed back too far. We see it when he's in the air, of course. But I'm wondering if that's for spacing reasons or if they just don't care about the chip damage.
I'm not too sure, to be honest. They could be forgetting it. There's a ton of reasons why you might not use barrier. Great 6A.
Bursts him into the corner, gets this good confirm here, calls him out for trying to mash. This is going to do 3.1, and next touch could kill for either character. And that's going to be the Noel overhead. Super.
100 meter, it drops the combo. Okay. Counter assault and still gets the hit. Okay. You have 50 meter. Does this kill?
I don't know. It definitely doesn't if you drop.
Drops the 2-1-4-D, so isn't able to establish.
Ooh, calls him out with the super.
What?
I've never seen that super used that way. I will say, every time Orgard has tried to go for the lockdown super, Richter has moved around it and called him out for it, and that was a very decisive call right there.
That air super is something that I wouldn't expect, but after you see it, it makes complete sense. It's like when you read a math problem and your teacher reads out the answer and you go, oh, duh, of course it's that.
I think it was really good of Richie to be in exactly the spacing that he could jump back, because that hits kind of an angle. So if he's too close, that is very likely to whiff.
Yeah, that's amazing spacing and reaction timing from Richter to recognize that situation entirely. And honestly, if I was Orgard, I wouldn't even be mad losing that way. That is just an impressive response.
I will say Ice Cool in the chat saying that Orgard's drive moves do not chip, which is actually new information to me. I always thought that they did.
Wow, that's kind of nuts, actually.
I must be too used. I'm thinking like BB Tag New 12, where I know that you can do some insane chip damage under the right conditions. So I probably just have those mixed up.
BB Tag New 12 is a whole other beast. Jeez.
Well, this is 13, so yeah, it certainly is.
Okay, it's numbers. All right. I made a math analogy earlier. I'm smart, I swear.
All right, well, let's see if Richie can solve these equations again.
God, I can't believe you went with that.
You got to give me something to run with. Richie played a lot more... catches him out. I was going to say playing calmly, but they just shot him in the face for trying to shoot a sword.
Oh my god, and bulldozes their way straight in with the cross-through counter hit, and we are going into decent damage. This is about 3K.
Ooh, hits him with the overhead. That's going to be another 3K into a knockdown in the corner, most likely. I think in the previous rounds, Richie's had a hard time getting a solid hit into the corner. Oh, Orgard rolling right out and getting movement crimed.
Jeez. You are not allowed to move, Zoner. Why won't you let me near you, Zoner? I will air throw you now, Zoner. Die.
Ooh, some great movement. Using the projectile to lock him down and then air dashing over the 5D, air grabbing him.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think Richter is finally in Orgard's head and just understands how they want to move and navigate.
I wouldn't count Orgard out just yet, but this is going to be a dicey situation. This corner hit could be a big deal.
This kills. Oh, drop the combo. Yeah, with OD that kills.
Trade into death.
That's straight up the set. That's 2-0. That was fast.
That was like the first round was very, very close. Even though Richter won both games, I never felt convinced. At any touch, he could have died. But this one was just convincing. Richter had the reads, and he just went in and killed him. He was like, "Nah, I'm gonna do my confirms this time. You're in the corner. GG's."
Yeah, it seemed that Richter just had the download complete despite winning the previous match, and was just like, "Actually, no, you just can't do anything at all. Die."
So next up on stream, we have Ice Cool and Casper. Casper we saw earlier playing Naoto, and Ice Cool plays, if I remember correctly, Terumi and Susanoo?
Yes, he mauled me with a Susanoo at Animivo, which I believe he took for the PSN East Coast.
I know they definitely made top 8. I don't remember these specific placings, though.
I would have to double check on that, but I know for sure that Ice Cool placed very well and is a very strong Susanoo player. They've been at this for... I'm not actually sure how long they've been playing, but they are very, very good, and it looks like we're about to go right into this match. We got Naoto versus Susanoo. What is your take on this matchup, Phantom?
It's another really explosive matchup. Naoto can shmove around a lot, and they can kind of stop Susan from getting his momentum. Susan has to come in a lot more to cover space as well, but he's got way bigger buttons that are a little bit easier to hit. So if he can counter poke out Naoto, this could be kind of rough. And once he gets his game plan going, it gets a lot harder neutral for Naoto. But as long as Naoto gets that early momentum, he can keep him locked down.
Yeah, part of the thing that's very nuts that we've seen Caspar able to display is that Naoto is able to quickly gain momentum or quickly stretch a lead off of a lot of stray hits. While Susanoo, I think his objective in this matchup is to use his spacing tools in order to keep Naoto out and slowly gain seals in order to like spike momentum with Wild Confirm is my best guess will be it.
Looking at the chat, while Ice Cool did, I think, still get top 8 in PSN, they actually won PC, which is, I think, what you were talking about. It was a different tournament, but...
Yes, yeah.
This is going to be a scary match for Casper, facing down an EVO champion.
We got Anim EVO champion against Boston's finest. And we got the red versus blue. Okay.
All right, yeah. I dig it. Ice Cool opting to back off round start. Getting hit with the overheads, though. Casper getting in. Backing off, I'm guessing, to maybe bait a burst?
I'm not sure. Maybe he didn't believe in the splash cage, but Ice Cool pops the burst extremely early.
You know that's supposed to be an OD when you see it, when you see frame 1 burst on the overhead.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Oh, OD, speaking of, OD through this overhead from Casper. We're going straight to the corner here off of this confirm.
Ooh, drops it though. Ice Cool opting to get out, blocking, trying to punish, getting some seals, hitting him low. This is gonna hurt.
We got Wheel and Grand Viper up. It looks like, and DP's unlocked as well.
TRM set up.
Straight up. Wow, okay.
This momentum swing in Ice Cool's favor very fast.
Yeah. We got a lot of important seals from Ice Cool. Knows to use the wheel as a spacing tool. That volume, that eruption right there is actually considered a projectile. Now the bulldozing through Susanoo's DP. Huh?
Both of these characters have really absurd DPs, but Casper's is just a little bit more absurd. Hitting it with the overhead, popping OD. Can he confirm this into a kill? Purple throw, Ice Cool not having that. Hits him with the 5B. Not today, Casper.
That was an unfortunate moment from Casper. I think Casper didn't believe in the Slash Cage, wanted to continue their offense, but it hit, and I think that messed up, and their instinct was to just go for a purple throw.
Casper playing a patient defense, getting caught by 6B jumping out. That's not what you want.
DP unlocked immediately for Susanoo, so even while Casper might make this great confirm, oh my, what? Gets the defense?
Oh, purple throws him right back. There we go. Oh! Ice Cool is not having it. He's like,
this is some rude gameplay.
Who do you think I am?
These out-of-state players have no respect. No respect at all.
He's just giving Casper what Casper tried to give him.
Oh my goodness. Casper still and gets it. Jesus. I hate to see it happen.
Casper trying his best. He's going for a lot of those overheads, and I think Ice Cool kind of caught on to the habit with the resets. He was mashing DP out of hit stun, which I can't blame him for. He got reset enough times.
Yeah, that was... Jesus. That match was kind of nuts. A lot like what you said. That first round was relatively calm. Everything else was hectic and pandemonium.
Well, that's the moral of the story. If you're going to do a purple throw, make sure you can tech purple throws. And Casper only did one of those two things. Uzumaki, our local Susanoo player in chat, telling Casper that they know this matchup.
Uzumaki also our local Susanoo player, actually, so you might catch him late.
He is in this bracket, and I believe he's still in winner's side. Yeah, he's scheduled to fight Mecha Oni.
Yes. That should be crazy. But right now, we're focusing on this nutty matchup.
I'm very interested to see how this goes from here. The last match was kind of convincing. I'm curious to see if Ice Cool's going to keep the same level of disrespect for Casper as he showed last round.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what happens around start here. Air dashing over, catching the JD. Gets a OD for it. I'm guessing early unlocks. Has DP unlocked.
Yeah. Pop the unlocks right there, and you get momentum, and TRM'd again.
That TRM setup from Ice Cool is kind of mean. Just the like slightly delayed grab. Wheel level 2 and DP. That's scary. Anti-airs. That great Susan anti-air.
That's to opt for the seal. Gets orb. A bit of a jank. Oh my goodness.
Anti-air wheel. DP's right through the 6B.
Oh god, that was going to be pretty much the round right there. At this point, any hit will do it. Even DPRC is on the table. Casper seems to recognize this. Goes for the
Casper
TRM.
doing his own TRM. That was excellent.
Alright, we're going to see about 4K off of this. This is pretty great damage. Ooh, tried to go for the reset. Ice Cool recognizing it and deciding not to tech there.
Getting hit on Wake Up, though. I don't think he can kill off of this, but I never underestimate Naoto damage.
Yeah, that would not have fit. Ooh.
OD, but Casper played it safe and got grabbed for it.
Straight up throws. I was going to say that was really great on Casper to at least get the OD from Ice Cool, but decided not to back up and got caught up with the throw for his trouble. Shift sways the 5B?
Oh, drops the DP part of the combo and gets smacked. And hit by the overhead, so this is going to be a nice confirm. Ooh, is something going on with the stream?
Yeah, looks like you got a net play issue right here. Oh, connection was lost. That's unfortunate.
All right, so what we'll probably do here is we'll start that last round over. We'll play as though Ice Cool has already won a round. They are up 1 right now, so they only need to win one round to win, whereas Casper would have to win 2-0.
I think that's fair. We'll also see what's going on. Sometimes the players decide to just straight up opt to replay the entire match, but I think it would probably be best to perhaps replay the round. That is rough to see, though. You hate to see it happen.
Okay, it looks like Ice Cool's game has crashed.
Oh, that's... Huh, okay. That's actually really surprising to happen, but yeah, that's unfortunate. It's actually kind of interesting. You rarely see BlazBlue actually crash, so that is just straight up unlucky.
Yeah, you hate to see that. Hopefully he can get that back on. I will leave it up to Science Cat, since they are the bracket runner, what to do from here. I'm going to tell Casper, it looks like, should probably leave the room, and then we'll do another match on stream while they figure that out.
Yeah. Casper choking overhead's too good. Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
All right, it looks like we have Karanchi on stream, which according to the bracket means that we are also going to be seeing Richter again.
Wow, already. So Karanchi is yet another out-of-state Ragna. How many Ragnas? We have like 4 or 5 Ragnas in bracket this week?
Let's see, we have Oni, we have Aerodat, we have Karanchi, and we have... I think just 3, unless I'm forgetting somebody.
Oni, Kage, Aerodat, Karanchi. That sounds about right to me. Yeah, just 3. Okay, I was definitely... Gosh,
so
yeah, earlier we were...
Let me update the score, now that we don't have... Okay.
It's illegal to purple throw anyone that's not Tuito. I don't know. I feel like purple throwing Tuito at this point is a hate crime. It might as well be, since all of you want to make fun of me, because I got hit by some purple throws.
Everyone hitting Tuito with these racist purple throws.
God, it might as well be.
So Richter opting to go bang this time, not doing Noel. I'm curious as to why that is. I wonder if he just likes the Noel 13 matchup more.
Could be. Richter's definitely very comfortable with Noel in a lot of situations. So this is definitely just, I want to play bang. I think this is better.
Catches him arrow unblockable. Richter doing a good confirm, carrying him all the way to the corner, getting 1 seal, and then resetting him with a grab.
Yeah,
drops the grab combo, resets him again.
Okay, yeah, no blame for Richter to opting to play bang here. This round is wash right now. Gets him with a cross up with the bumper. Oh my god.
Puts him in the corner, round start, runs the schmicks and kills him.
23 seconds, I think that's a good 80% run for a round versus Ragnar on the bang category.
I will say, Karanchi getting the momentum started this time. Last week we saw them do some really good Carnage Scissors. I'm interested to see if they'll do that again in this matchup.
I don't expect that we'll see it quite as much given Bang's positioning and where he usually likes to place nails, but who knows? I think BlazBlue is a very, very strange game that has a lot of crazy situations. Kind of like how, last round you would expect Karanchi to maybe, get washed right now, but...
Richter hitting Karanchi with the anti-air that Bang doesn't have, and then resetting him into the corner, tries to bait a DP, doesn't quite get it. Goes into OD. This is scary. He could kill here, but if he dies, he won't have OD for next round.
Only has 2 seals popped up, but seeming to make the best use of it.
He has the rest of them. Ooh, this could be death if he sets this up right. He's got active flow, 100 meter. Ooh, he has the bumper up so he can cancel this into another super. Does he still have OD up? He doesn't, but he gets it. That's it. He kills him. What a confirm. Absolutely destroys Karachi. Karachi had that round, and then Richter popped his OD pretty much in neutral and was like, you know what? Nah, I think I'm just going to take this real quick.
Bang hitting the classic neutral ends now button and made the most of it. Jesus, yeah. I agree. If I had to deal with that, that is terrifying. That's why I'm commentating by this nice little table and having a blast.
If you had asked me to bet money, I would have bet it on Karachi winning that round, and I would have lost that money, Tuito.
Yeah, I think we both would have been in debt. Jesus.
All right, let's see if Karachi can run it back. They got to do some pretty decisive offense in that second round. It's just that Richie killed him from like 6K.
He literally just pulled 6K off of a risky OD. I think that's a really demoralizing thing to hit if I'm Karachi. So we'll have to see how this plays out with the momentum going into this match, as Karachi immediately went through that. No pause at the character selector, nothing to gather yourselves. Actually, let him the Coliseum interrupt. Yeah, that's fair, that's fair. But
Karachi's like, nah, let's run that back. Do 6K to me again, I dare you.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what they opt for round start this time. Richie just blocking, and he gets hit by Gauntlet Hades for it. Karachi not messing around today.
Imagine just blocking, but God said Gauntlet Hades.
Richie trying to call out an option, but Karachi paying patient and getting to punish him for it. Keeping him in the corner, taking out a big chunk of his health.
Yeah, so far this round is going really well in Karachi's end. Looks like Karachi is definitely not swayed at all by the previous round right there. Very calmly. Great JA from there. A really good air to
Ooh,
air.
punishes him for the Hell's Fang, though. That was a great punish.
Yeah, Andy's got 2 seals up straight up. 3 now. Jesus. And do we have 4?
Sets up the nail so he can run some mix. Gets the overhead, doesn't confirm it, but he doesn't get to save his nail usage by not dash canceling it.
Yeah, also has the bumper so he can dash cancel through some of his offense as we saw earlier. Karachi mounting an offense. Great challenge. Gauntlet Hades despite opening up with 6B. Ooh, goes for the Gauntlet Hades RC. Great idea.
Richie counter assaults out. We've seen this before. If he pops OD, he can kill Karachi again, very likely.
This is the same situation, but Ragna 5B, the classic button.
Gets tagged and dies for real this time. But both players still have OD for this round now. Ooh, counter hits round start, sets up the bumper, does the side swap.
We have some great bumper confirms here. Okay.
Richter using that really good JA.
Poison dart.
One thing Richter's really good at is recognizing when a confirm is going to drop and then going for like a very intentional reset. So you see him do like the dash over side swaps in midair, never giving Karachi a chance to really tech and know what was going on.
That round finished in like 15 seconds. Huh?
Sometimes you just kill him.
Excuse me?
Bang goes Sonic fast, man.
Obviously he's zooming through this, but like, Jesus Christ.
You can tell that Richie's trying to block these Gauntlet Hades now because Karachi keeps catching him low, and he still gets hit by the Gauntlet Hades overhead.
That's tragic to watch yourself stand up in pressure and still get hit by the overhead.
I want to talk about these excellent IBs from Richter, though. That stuff's hard to do, especially on net play, and he's built a ton of meter compared to his opponent. Karachi only having 20 meter, Richter almost having all 100, which allows him to maybe kill on the next confirm.
Yeah, next confirmed kills. Oh, pop the OD, gets popped for it anyway. This is death if Richter gets this confirm.
Ooh, drops it unfortunately. These great IEVs, though, gets to kill him anyway.
Dead? Right with the super. Yep.
There we go. All right. The rapid for just a little bit more disrespect. I think a really good showing from Karachi, though. Sometimes Bang just kills you. I would die if Bang OD'd at neutral and hit me for 7K, that's for sure.
Jesus, yeah. I know I play a pretty explosive character, but the way how Bang is able to transition from neutral straight into that high damage strings, as well as Richter's awareness and ability to put that to use, is just crazy.
That was a really great match to get to see, though. We've seen Richter perform admirably with 2 characters now, and they are going to move on to semifinals with that.
Yeah, jeez. So we have Richter in semifinals in bracket, which is looking. That makes a lot of sense to me. What was Richter seeded as? Probably around like.
Oh, we didn't. We most of our
Probably
seeding
around
for
in
this
like our
tournament
top.
wasn't based on skill. We almost entirely did it based off of region. Oh, it looks like we got
Oh,
Uzumaki,
right. There's also.
which means that we've got Mecha Oni coming in as well. You finally get to talk about Bullet.
Ooh. Yes, I get to talk about Bullet. Oh my goodness. So Mecha Oni probably is one of, not probably, is one of the best bullets in the U.S. currently doing it, hands down.
Make a bold statement. Best bullet in the world. I don't know if that's true, but say it.
I don't know if that's true, partially because we haven't seen enough out of JP in terms of their bullet players. But I don't want to make any assumptions there. The big bullet players are like Upa and Kurenai. Mecha Oni's been at BlazBlue for quite a bit. Often plays on PC actually. That's where he gets most of his games. I'm not sure how much experience he has against Susanoo, but it's Susanoo, so probably a lot actually. I've definitely just lied there. So Bullet Susanoo is actually. Let me talk about the Bullet Susanoo matchup briefly. So one of the major aspects of it is that Susanoo actually can just kind of sit there while Bullet flails around. The major reason is that Susanoo has access to 6A, the elbow jab, and he can just pop seals for free while keeping Bullet from using Afterburner in neutral. Because Afterburner in neutral is essentially straight up a read.
Are you not able to use Mikale to kind of go through 6A and call it out?
Mikale is a very, very dangerous move to use as a call-out. Because you can Mikale, but what happens afterwards?
That's true. I guess if you have the read, you can hit them with it, but it's kind of a risky option because you do have to do it proactively instead of reactively.
Yeah, it's a very risky option because 6A is so fast, and if you mess it up, Susanoo basically just 6As or runs at you for free. Susanoo also has a massive anti-air in the form of 2C, which makes JD stalls and certain movement that Bullet might go for very, very difficult. So this is a very momentum-based matchup wherein it's extremely in Susanoo's favor because he can just sit back and play patiently and then just pop his plus frames with 6B especially. And he pretty much looks at Bullet and says, all right, what you gonna do? You gonna DP? Because I can just hit stop OS that.
Uzumaki, also a very defensive player, so he might opt to play this matchup in the way, but he gets caught by JD.
Air backdash JD. That was an interesting option. Yep, goes for the air JD. Sorry, goes for JD.
Hits him with the overhead. I think that only hit because Uzumaki extended this hurt box, but that Susan hit stun. He gets a hit and not many seals unlocked though. 2Bs under the JA. That button
is great. All right, probably gonna use Snap. Nope, decides to go for Afterburner for the heat. That makes a lot of sense.
Ooh, catches him in the air with 6B. That's scary. Uses a sword combo to 6A. I like that. Pushes Bullet full screen, runs up, and ooh, purple growth.
Oh, come on, man. Yeah, it's another Bullet player, but you can't just be doing that.
He forgot which Bullet he was fighting. He was like, oh, this is Toito, right? Let me give him a purple grab.
I don't use this color. I haven't even played Uzumaki yet.
He got the round start, counter hit. Somehow 2B trades with JC.
2B's a great button and she needs it. Yep, Uzumaki definitely familiar with just understanding that he can just mash the moment he's seeing that ring out from Bullet's drive. Yep, decides to burst. I agree with this burst a lot. You take away Bullet's momentum. Ooh, except... Ooh, okay.
Command grabs him. Gets opts to rapid here. I'm wondering if that's to save heat.
I think the rapid was there just to confirm off of it and getting heat.
Doesn't take the second purple throw. Definitely techs it.
Don't get hit by those. Tried to jump out, gets caught up by the 6B. This is death.
Ooh, unless you drop it.
Yeah. Plus frames.
DP's out of the 3C. That was great.
Yep. Wow. Gets blue beated. Yeah. In that situation, Bullet's DP is a very, very short starter, especially when you C2D. So normally what I would do is just 5C Afterburner or 6C.
Mecha Oni handling these scrambles wonderfully though. Drops a couple of combos, but just kind of picks up and shows Uzumaki he can't just hit buttons every time he drops.
Ooh, Uzumaki running in with the 2C. So as we can see, 2C is an extremely great anti-air, and JD doesn't have any of its characteristic invuln until Bullet has heat. This kills, he has to burst. Okay, great.
Ooh, he jumps over the 6A,
Alright,
gets
probably gonna
heat
grab the
going. This
heat
is
here.
scary now.
Looks like, ooh, this is risky.
Oh,
Just
blocks
the-
low. Or doesn't block
Wow.
low, rather. Gets hit low.
Alright, opts to go for the Shiroki. Makes a lot of sense. That's the best Oki right there. Oop, Fuzzy jumps out. Great! Oh, this is an excellent starter. This is going to be about...
Ooh,
almost
that
5K.
hurts.
Yeah, it's a lot of damage. 6B counter hit is insane. And we have 5K off a regular counter hit. Opts to go for the super. This makes a lot of sense. Mecha Oni might go for the flint here because it's great and almost always works.
Ooh, gets caught by this 5A, though. This is super into death.
Yeah, this is a straight up death.
Oh, no, not if you drop
takes
it.
out-
Level 2 wheel, though, and then gets to hit with 5B. We saw Ice Cool do that same move a lot. With air wheel level 2 and then hit 5B to cover when they try to punish you.
Yeah, air wheel is especially good because the plume that shows up is actually plus, and it's considered as a projectile.
It's also
which
incredibly hard to whiff punish that move because of how little recovery it has. Once
Yeah, the
Susanoo gets wheeled too, it might be GG sometimes.
Yeah. So the only option Bullet has is that she has to make an extremely hard read on the spacing of wheel in order to call out the plume and then Nikole capture through it. But it's a very, very obscure situation that I doubt that we're going to see. So as you might have seen from this matchup, Uzumaki is kind of realizing that he can kind of just do stuff, and as long as you stuff Bullet and prevent her from getting heat in this matchup, it doesn't even matter if Susanoo doesn't have the seals up currently, because he can just mount his offense in his plus frames and force Bullet to take major defensive risks.
Just a quick update for everybody on stream. Looks like once Ice Cool came back, he beat Casper, so that is the result of that match that we did not get to show.
Aw, dang.
Anyway, back to this one with Uzumaki versus Mecha Oni.
Yeah, so I'm really interested to see the adjustments. Mecha Oni going for a couple of options that Uzumaki is honestly just beating out. I'm not sure whether or not it's Uzumaki's opting for a lot of these 2Cs based on experience, or if it's just straight up reactions. I'm inclined to say the latter.
Ooh, excellent anti-air JA, runs up to get the 6B, but you can't beat Susan's JA in the air-to-air fight. That button is incredible.
Yep. Oh my... Oh, tried to God press. Very good on Mecha Oni to recognize it. Safe on that JA. Caught him backdashing. Goes for the nuclear capture for corner carry.
Ooh, punishes him with the DP. Very, very long wait on that JD.
Still got the counter hit anyway. We're going to see a double snap. Exactly. Right into sheer. This is Bullet's best... Oh. Nope. We're going to go right into super.
Bullet's, Tweeta's telling us what he would do if he was playing Bullet. Mecha Oni's like, nah, I'm just going to super him. Don't worry about it. Ooh, snap! Catches
God.
him! 3 overheads in a row. None of them connected. It's like a combo because it kills him.
That was an extremely hard read to make and wildly risky, but it worked out. Oh, gets the 5B. Wow. Okay, that was a great trade there. We're going to go straight to the corner. Uzumaki recognizes and decides to burst anyway.
Doing these 6As, doing a really good job with this, mixing up between 6A and running up.
Yeah, it looks like Uzumaki wants to play this matchup a lot more aggressively than some of the other Susanos I'd say in Adrock.
Once you get that respect for shooting 6A, you might as well run up while they're giving you the space. Look at that, great mixing it up between the two, keeping Mecha Oni on the back foot.
Yeah, and this should be it with any hit, and JA does it.
All right, this is match point for Uzumaki. Catching him with a round start 3C,
Wow.
runs up, tries to hit the overhead, gets smacked for it.
That was extremely smart for Uzumaki to do, recognizing Bullet's 2B being a stupid button and decides to 3C it anyway with an extremely long-range sweep right there. Has God Press unlocked and has Tackle level 2. What's he going to opt for here? Gets Grand Viper. This is looking like it's almost curtain. Bullet has no OD, only 50 meter and a green.
Counter assaults out, no meter, catches low after the backdash. Ooh, side swap,
goodness.
wow. And then
Whoa.
that was a hell of a pickup from Mecha Oni.
Ooh, great way to catch the backdash. Unfortunately, gets the hit, but doesn't RC to seal the deal. Oh my goodness, Susanoo OD is up.
This could be death. Oh, bursts out of it.
Doesn't bait the burst.
Oh,
Blocks the
6A
6A, but gets
rapid
hit for
run up
stumbles anyway.
grab. And Uzumaki takes it. That was a spicy match.
Jeez. Okay. That got me a little anxious. Wow. Okay. Yeah, looks like Uzumaki very comfortable in this matchup. And Mecha Oni trying to press the offense a lot, recognizing that he has to play as the aggressor here, but unfortunately, Susanoo's buttons and offense sealing the deal here.
Yeah, I think that Uzumaki played really well. I loved how he controlled neutral because like you were talking about, you can just kind of play patiently with the 6A, but he'd kind of shoot some 6As, and then once he saw that Mecha Oni was respecting, he'd just run up full screen and then anti-air his jump in. And I think that that was really good.
Yeah, I think there were so many options that I saw here that were really interesting that, especially coming out of Mecha Oni. Personally, as a bullet player, it's very funny commentating a match from somebody that's playing your character because you get to see the differences in opinions and options that they'd go for, which I'm sure everybody noticed whenever I'd call for like cutting shear and immediately Super was on the screen.
Okay, we have a very exciting match next. We have Jiyukin versus Jackie Sparkles. Still on winners, beating Fems 2-1.
Wow,
that's quite the upset to happen off stream.
That's a major upset. Fem is probably one of the best S players to do it in the US. Jackie Sparkles saying, I'm nice as hell, and I am one of NE's finest, so you're gonna have to hold whatever I bring to you.
You're not an NE until you fight Jackie Sparkles, that's for sure. Oh, Jiyukin opting no Karo, we're gonna see some Amane. That's amazing.
I think this makes a lot of sense. Amane, in your words, Thantis, Amane schmooze, frankly. And Jiyukin's Amane is actually no slouch. It's actually a pretty great Amane. And I think Jiyukin is opting to use Amane's movement options to frustrate Jackie and just not even deciding to risk it. Any comeback that Jackie might have from either 720s or wedges or whatever.
I think, yeah, Carl Tager is probably kind of scary for Carl. Amane can definitely play a much safer lockdown game, like you were saying. Tager can only block for so long, and Amane has really good ways of navigating around a lot of Tager's reversal mechanics.
Yeah, so one of the major things that we're going to see here is how Jiyukin opts to use Amane's command dash, Zeto, in order to navigate around, especially once Tager has Sparkle charged up.
So really interesting choice
right
from Jiyukin there.
Instead of mounting his offense.
Instead of trying to catch Tager's sledge low, he jumped over it and then punished it with J2B, which it was an interesting choice. I wonder if he was trying to get the side swap route into the corner. Fatal counters him though.
Only gets 1.8k for his troubles, but...
Burst into Spark Ball into Burst!
The classic. Ooh, opt to go for the driver there. Makes sense, but still got clipped out anyway.
This is some scary offense from Amane. Level 1 drill still. It doesn't matter when you get hit with the dreidel. And welcome to Amane's bar mitzvah.
Yeah. So that 720 attempt in the 6D resulting here is pretty much the biggest example of why I think Jiyukin is opting to go for Amane instead. He can stay at a safe distance and still mount pressure and his offense without having to deal with a lot of Jackie's 720s and 360s.
I really like a lot of... Jiyukin's doing a lot of J2B and then bouncing over to the other side to catch Jackie mashing.
Yeah, J2B is probably one of Amane's bully buttons is what I like to call it. Ooh, recognizing the counter poke there on the air normal.
Jiyukin building all the way to level 2 drill. That's really scary. Almost level 3 now. Once Amane gets level 3 drill, the chip damage becomes really scary.
Oh my goodness. Ooh. Doesn't matter if you can go for your 720 if Amane can just jump in JD.
And that's going to be death. First round goes to Jiyukin.
Yeah. And we're seeing that Jiyukin's character pick, while unusual for some people on stream, makes a lot of sense here. Pretty much playing the matchup perfectly in terms of how he wants to move around and options that he's covering and going for.
Yeah, I think that was pretty decisive from Jiyukin. Very rarely staying on the ground, not really going into Tager's ranges. One thing that's kind of rough about Amane is that all of their C buttons rather, are very easy to punish if they get whiffed. But Tager can't run, so if Jiyukin whiffs the C button from full screen, Tager just kind of has to look at him unless he's got Spark Bolt.
Yeah, so one of the things I want to point out is that Amane's C normals, 5C and 2C especially, have really massive dead zones until the knot in the ribbon, essentially. Now, for other characters that can low profile while advancing forward, this isn't as much of a deal, and you can force Amane to guess between 5C and 2C and jump ahead. But Tager, of course, can only really sledge, and Amane 2C is very, very easy to go for after the fact. And Amane doesn't extend his hurtbox really when he's going through the C normals. He also has options of 1C and 4C, which are slightly shorter range to space accordingly for more mid-screen distance.
So let's see how he applies those in this round. Just charging up at round start. Jackie trying to do 2D to cover some space, but not quite really getting anything out of it. Jiyuken just kind of running all over him, but he gets grabbed for it, finally. This is scary now.
Yes, magnetism's applied, so Amane can't really Zeto around for free.
Ooh, does the Gadget Fingers whiff to catch the backdash and then grabs him? Tries to catch the jump.
Ooh, help the 720, but wow, got the JG. Jackie going for the overdrive, recognizing the fact that Jiyuken can honestly just play around at full screen and that Jackie needs the spark hold up.
Jiyuken has level 3 drill now, so this is scary. Tager almost out of barrier too, so this is a lot of damage even on block here.
Yeah, Jiyuken very close to overheating there.
Ooh, catches him with that 360B.
With RC, this might be death.
You know Jackie does an RC there. Bursts him into the corner. Hits him with a point-blank spark ball to take the round. This is how Onikage lost as well, so this could be scary for Jiyuken.
Yeah, so one of the things that I want to point out is that Jiyuken's opting to go for 6B a lot more. The 6B is the button where Amane kind of floats and backs off. And
ooh, gets grabbed out of the reset. The pressure reset. Yeah. Ooh, and then air grabs him and he jumps up too. This is scary. Tager gets to mix you. Once you're magnetized, this isn't a good matchup for Amane anymore.
Ooh, 6B's right there. Immediately goes airborne, so so Jackie 720 will not hit there. Amane also has...
Ooh, Oni through the overhead. This is gonna hurt.
Amane's got a lot of time here. No matter what, this is massive spiral level. This might be a checkmate.
Oh, drops the combo, gets hit by 360B. 1-1 with Jackie Sparkles.
Oh my god.
Oh, this is what happened with Oni too. Decisive first round, and then Jackie figures out what's going on and calls some of it out. Very unfortunate. I'm assuming that was a drop. I don't know if he was, if the hand there was part of the combo, or if they were trying to do a reset or catch an option. But no matter what it was, it gives Jackie the round.
So this matchup, so that hand right there is, in the corner at least, is used to catch out jump outs. But it's a bit risky, and you can also end certain combos with it. Not sure which of those options that Jiyuken was going for, but either way, did not work out well, and the wedge came in very handy for Jackie.
We get to see a lot of how Tager's matchups work here, where you can have a match that's unfavored for Tager, but once he magnetizes you, it's not bad for him anymore. All of a sudden, he gets to call out your options in ways that he wasn't able to 5 seconds ago, and that's scary.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how Amane's command jumps with Zeto are affected by magnetism, but it looks like regardless, Amane's getting pulled in absurdly quickly with a lot of the air drivers that Jackie's going for. Really good options there, too.
Ooh, calls out the JC, gets a good combo out of it, ODs through the 2D. You don't get too good of a punish, but they hit him with the dreidel, so that's going to be all 3 levels of drill.
Excuse me?
Just does 4K, yeah. Amane is scary. If Amane guesses what you're going to do on Wake Up, you die.
Huh? I'm sorry, I've played some Amanes before, but I've never gotten 16 for 6K.
Yeah, rip Tager. Then we got the speed run.
Jesus Christ.
16 seconds. There you go.
Oh, quick math. Good job. Jeez, let's see how Jackie manages his composure here. His offense is starting to get a lot better, getting a lot more openers in neutral, and establish magnetism early.
Ooh, gets caught. Doesn't get punished for the whiffed sledge. Tries to go for a grab again. Gets called out. Amane, I believe 6B, the button where he moves into the air, is great for calling out grabs on defense. Jumps out of the dreidel. You'll love to see that. Spark bolts him in neutral. You gotta watch out for it.
That even more.
Ooh, gets J2 out of the wedge again.
Now let's see. Will Amane get out of magnetism by the time this combo ends? No, but this is how it starts.
Great jump outs from Jackie Sparkles. Has Spark Bolt again.
Yeah, but now we're
saving
those,
it, but you get magnetism, even if no hit. That's important.
Yeah. Even getting Amane to block is very important. And now we're seeing the 2C mentioned earlier in order to beat out the sledge from full screen and still save.
Jackie doing a great job jumping out of some of these situations, but you can't 2D in like that. This is scary. Out of barrier.
Not quite it. OG available. Goes for the 720. J2B.
Jiyuken is like, nah, you gotta wake up a little bit early to catch me. Drops this combo, but it doesn't matter because he's out of barrier and he dies to chip. You don't see a lot of chip death in BlazBlue, but Amane is the character who's gonna do it to you.
Yeah, if there's anybody to do it, it's certainly Amane. I'm actually surprised that the chip wasn't as big of a factor early on. Amane is a very big test where you want to make sure that you're IBBing properly in order to at least save some of that barrier gauge and reduce the chip.
You're getting to IBB all of the hits out of drill. It's actually very hard because of how the hit stop works with the drill. I've heard that there's more hit stop in there than there are actual frames where you're blocking. So stuff like counter assaulting it can be very difficult because it's more hit stop.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think
now,
we were talking about that with Mioro the other day.
Oh yes, Miura was giving one of his dissertations, and we were sitting in for lecture. It was actually very interesting, but yeah, Ignis hit stop interactions are super duper weird.
All right, we have a spectacular matchup. One of the ones that I've been excited for the most. We have Ice Cool versus Spooky Blast.
Ooh, okay. We have Susanoo versus Arasune.
Well, you say that, but Spooky might opt to play Hakumen in this matchup. According to Spooky, this matchup is 6-4 Susanoo's favor. But I don't think any Susan player agrees with that. I think Adroth is the only one that I've heard who thinks that matchup is Susan favored as well, but I could be wrong on that. So Spooky might opt to play Hakumen here, thinking it's a better matchup for them.
Perhaps.
So who is your money on here? Who do you think is going to take this? Spooky Blast is NE's finest, is one of our strongest players, places first at most of our tournaments, but Ice Cool placed in multiple EVOs just this year.
Yeah, Ice Cool, very, very good player. I'm not sure about their experience with Arakune. Definitely understands Hakumen, but I think the character matchup is going to be really good. I honestly just can't place my bets yet. I have made a lot of guesses in this bracket. All of them have failed so far, so a lot of this is blown out of the water.
Okay, Spooky is opting to go Arakune.
I think this makes sense. You want to go Arakune, see how the neutral pans out, and if it doesn't work, just go Hakumen.
Let me update the names really quick. All right.
Oh boy, I'm expecting just like super jump from Spooky, and then nope, just
dash back. Yeah, putting out spiders. Ice Cool playing very slow, but getting Spooky in the corner, that's scary. So trying to 6B out, gets blocked, and gets punished for trying to jump afterwards.
So the crux of this matchup, in my opinion, is going to be Spooky's defense and Ice Cool's neutral. I think depending on how those go, this match can go entirely different. Right now, speaking...
Ooh, that's not where you want to burst. Or maybe it is, because he gets a hit for it.
But it worked out, and somehow Susanoo's pressing buttons anyway.
So one of Susanoo's best tools in this matchup, as he gets cursed, is that great JA that he has to contest Arakune in the air. But he does get anti-aired, and now he's in curse, so Spooky gets to run the schmicks on him. Catches him with the left-right. And this is probably death with 100 meter. He can double super here. Oh, unless he drops it.
Awkward reset. Not sure how comfortable Spooky feels. I feel like he normally gets those.
Sometimes in tournament stress, you drop anything. Ooh, that is a hard call out. That is Arakune 6C. It is foot invuln on frame 4. So hard call out on the low to beat him out.
Yeah, I can't tell how stressed Spooky is if he's making these hard call outs under pressure.
Early JA doesn't quite get the confirm, but Ice Cool does not have burst right now, so this is scary until he anti-airs Spooky. Ooh, okay. This OD situation is terrifying because with a little bit of curse, it basically is Arakune's turn if he wakes up and ODs. He just gets to take his turn back, and then he uses his pressure to put him back into curse.
Yep, opens up Ice Cool once again. Curse set up. Ice Cool's opting to burst in the middle of curse and still pressing buttons, gets hit with Guard Crush Bug. And here we go. It's time for more curse action.
That Susan health keeps him alive, though, so he's not dead. And Spooky has to set up a whole other curse, which it looks like he should be able to do here with the corner. This might lead to death, depending on what routing Spooky picks. He does get to do supers here. It looks like he's just going to opt for a reset, and then this will lock out with super.
Makes a lot of sense here. Yeah. So right now, part of this matchup right now is a little funny because of Spooky's drops, to be quite honest. I think there's a lot of confirms that go straight into curse here that was missed out on. And Susanoo's health has been a very big asset in making him survive a lot of the situations. And I think Ice Cool isn't quite sure how to deal with a lot of these OD on wake-up situations from Arakune.
Yeah, the Wake Up OD is really, really strong because you pretty much have to disengage. You can guess. Spooky loves playing RPS, as I always say. He's very strong at it. And Arakune rewards for winning RPS is you're cursed, and a lot of times you die. But Susanoo has got enough health that he can probably live through a full curse mix-up, even if he gets hit, which means that Spooky has to hit him that one extra time.
Oh boy. Okay. After that match was, I think, was relatively decisive. But let's see how this plays out for the round start here. I want to see how Ice Cool adjusts to Spooky's defense.
Spooky calling out the 6A pretty well, hitting him with a JB. Good burst to get out of curse.
Pops the burst immediately. I think that's a very fair burst. Spooky's always in chat at our locals, always making fun of people that, actually no.
That's you. You're thinking of you that make fun of people for bursting that against Arakune.
One time Spooky was mad at people's bursts, and I took on the righteous cause. For some reason. I don't know why I'm defending an Arakune player, but here we are. It's 2020.
Gets the reset, but he did it during curse, so he opts. I think this was an intentional drop reset into throw, because he couldn't get curse because of the starter, and now he gets full curse here. Oh, or he doesn't. I don't know if that was a drop or if that's just a rough route.
Yeah, it might be a little awkward on Susanoo. I'm not quite sure. But either way, the moment Spooky gets... if Spooky manages to get OD back in this situation, it's very rough. And that
Ooh, Ice Cool standing in the cloud and just getting cursed. This is good. This is a bad situation. You don't want to be here.
Positioning for Arakune is awkward, and Ice Cool making a lot of really good blocks here.
Ooh, but still gets caught by that. Honestly, brutal left-right. Spooky tries to steal the burst, doesn't get it, almost gets the kill anyway, but this is... Ice Cool could die to Chip, but this is a scary situation. He gets tagged by JB.
Ooh. Yeah, thankfully he gets tagged by the JB. Ice Cool there with a big enough hit with those current steals does kills at least in, at most in like 2 hits, I think.
Ice Cool kept their cool, though, and they still have their burst, which gives them a much better chance of winning this round. Hitting Spooky with a counter hit 5B, we're going to get some big damage here in the corner and a lot of unlocks.
I think we're going to expect another wake-up OD from Spooky, an immediate forward dash.
Ooh, OD's through the grab? It looks like... I don't know if that was grab or if Ice Cool was able to cancel something else there.
No, that looked like throw. Ooh, Spooky opting for the curse super. Yeah, Ice Cool in a very awkward situation and couldn't move out of it because of the bug setup earlier.
OD's in curse, but that doesn't do much to you. Ice Cool running out of barrier too, and with those guard crush bugs, that's scary.
Yeah, Spooky's got 50 meter as well. Goes straight up into curse super again.
Ooh, 6A's him out of the spider this time though. Misses the wheel, but can still hit 5B because there's almost no recovery on that button. This looks like it could be death.
Not could, this kill.
Ooh, except the Spooky, the classic Spooky Blast burst.
Oh my goodness, dodge the wheel.
Gets OD out of Ice Cool. Okay, Ice Cool wins this round, but he does not have burst for next round, which is a very scary position to be in.
However, I do want to counter that by pointing out that Spooky also doesn't have overdrive, so he isn't able to pop curse despite a situation like this happening.
Getting put into the corner right away, blocking the overhead, instant blocking, hitting him out of the second overhead, but not confirming into the curse, unfortunately.
Spooky great at using Arakune's normals in order to call out some of the offense right there, even without curse. Speaking of, time for the mix.
Has full curse now, but Ice Cool has plenty of life, so he can probably live through a couple of Arakune mix-ups without actually dying.
Makes sense, and I think that Spooky recognizes that and is opting to reset a lot more in order to get less scale to damage.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of this super to catch him, and then that's going to be the round.
Wow. That was really smart from Spooky to set up. Spooky's really great at using that super in situations where you are unable to get out of it, essentially. And sort of checkmate in that no matter what, you're either A, getting a lot of curse built up on you, or B, you got hit and you get hit in curse anyway. That super, however, has a lot of startup even after Super Flash, so if you're cognizant of it, you might be able to just straight up roll out of that situation.
Yeah, that was definitely, like, we were talking about the matchup early on, and it doesn't really matter whose favor it is in once you get cursed. And Spooky was able to get that curse in neutral pretty effectively, and also RPS Ice Cool's offense well enough to get it going as well.
And it looks like we have traded a Susanoo for yet another Susanoo.
It looks like we are getting Science Cat again versus Uzumaki. So yeah, Susanoo is still on the screen. But so here's something notable. When we were doing offline locals back before the pandemic, I don't believe Science Cat has ever beat Uzumaki Hero in a bracket before. Maybe one time, but that's about it. So we could see a serious upset right here if Science Cat manages to take it. I know that Science Cat's been grinding relatively hard during the pandemic, and Uzumaki has been mostly on hiatus until a couple of weeks ago. So this could be a really close game.
Yeah. I think this is going to be nuts. I wasn't around for these locals, so Fantasy, you know a lot better on the history of the situation. But regardless, we still do have Kokonoe versus Susanoo. And I think Science Cat is starting to play to their strengths a bit more with each matchup that they're playing. So I'm curious to see how this pans out.
Yeah, I'm really pumped to see what this ends up going for. Both of these characters could be pretty explosive. Susan can do it a little bit easier than Kokonoe has, but with the right resources, Kokonoe just kills you with Golden Tiger.
Pretty much. But Golden Tiger setups, I won't say that they're unlikely because Science Cat knows them and pulls them at a moment's notice.
Yeah, this is definitely, I think the neutral at least is probably pretty Kokonoe favored. She's got very long-reaching buttons and good call-out pokes. Susanoo's got some good buttons too, but he doesn't have as much mobility as Kokonoe has. And Science Cat can use the Gravitons to launch him around, but sometimes they just get in anyway, runs up, does the overhead, and punishes him.
Yeah, I think one of the... Oh my goodness. Okay, Sand Kick, yeah, decides the EA out of that. Makes a lot of sense. You establish a lot of space and put yourself in active flow, so that burst is going to be back very soon.
Ooh, trades unfavorably for Science Cat twice, but Uzumaki doesn't get a pickup. Tries to catch him low, just ups to get a seal and get out of there. Catches him with 3C. Uzumaki like, I'm not going to let you knock me down in the corner. Get out of here.
Yeah, so I think what I'm noticing right now is that there's a lot of counter... Oh my goodness, great air throw. Okay, Science Cat opting to use Graviton. Ooh, try to set up a really nasty situation by using 6C from the low crush. So right now what we're seeing a lot is that Science Cat is unable to use the ground in order to set up traps because Uzumaki is showing 6A so much and is willing to pop it on reaction.
But now Uzumaki's getting knocked down on the corner. He's got to deal with Kokonoe. Schmicks just doesn't tech and gets hit by the lightning bolt. This is going to hurt.
Science Cat says that is A-okay with me. If you want to eat 3.5k free and a reset, by all means, hold that. Somehow, wait, what?
I looked away for 1 second and Uzumaki was in the corner. Science Cat using his burst to get out. This could be scary. Gets hit by the overhead and now they don't have that burst for next round.
What did he just mash out with that still hit? I don't get it.
Ooh, catching him with the JB, but no confirm, unfortunately.
That was about to be a mean 2C mad damage. Oh my god! Set the Graviton right in front of him.
We're seeing some really good Graviton usage by Science Cat to control neutral here, really making Uzumaki pick his options better. Science Cat doing a great job blocking these overheads. I think he's like, yeah, you gotta commit to a low. I'm not blocking low. Dash up Super Fireball, throws him in the corner, goes for EA so he doesn't have to deal with the Super Fireball itself.
Doesn't even want to have any Super Fireball punish setup. Just decides to opt for the EA like you just said, and that makes a lot of sense.
Science Cat trying to backdash out of the corner,
+3. What are you gonna do?
but can't get it and then gets tagged.
Goodness.
No confirm from Uzumaki though. Hits him with the overhead. Uzumaki has Astral on deck though. Science Cat has almost enough resources now that next hit... Ooh, no punish on that DP. Next hit could be Golden Tiger, so he can kill off of almost anything here.
He also has OD available.
Ooh, blocks the Super Fireball, but doesn't get killed for it, thankfully.
Really smart from Uzumaki to use the 2-3-6A in order to push themselves just far enough. Ooh, not enough time to burst.
Oh. Very, very close round, though. I wouldn't count anyone out just yet.
Oof, this is looking real crazy.
This is tense. Let's see if Science Cat can win this back. I always forget that, like, I never read these win quotes. I don't see, like, a ton of these because you never see the ones that aren't for the characters you don't play, you know?
Right. Gosh, yeah. All I know is that every single quote against Bullet when a character beats her basically goes, "You're an idiot and you're stupid and you're a loser. Why are you even bothered?"
Hey, that's not true. Half of them are, who even are you?
Not incorrect. Let's see.
So let's see how these two players adapt. Uzumaki playing a lot more aggressive than I think that we normally see them play. And I'm wondering if they're going to change that up or keep that going into this next round.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see how the neutral ends up changing throughout this match right now. We've seen a lot of games on stream right now with really crazy adjustments, especially out of like players like Jackie. And Science Cat is no exception to these mid-set adjustments. So I'm really curious to see how this pans out.
Jump forward, JA getting a tag, immediately going for a side swap, but Uzumaki jumping out of it. Fatal counter 6BB. Oh, but drops.
Okay. Yeah, you got to burst there. Just do it. Don't even bother. Don't think about it. Make sure it's not a jump cancel rule normal. Otherwise, that's your soul.
Great anti-air by Science Cat. Looks like he's going to be putting him into the corner here, or is he going to opt for a mid-screen reset? Ice reset. All right, let's see what the mix is. It's burst. Ooh, hits him with the overhead into guard crush. This is a lot of seals unlocked. Has DP, goes for the purple grab. Goes for the purple grab again, but it doesn't work.
What is up with these Susanoo players opting for purple throw? I swear, they're all disrespectful.
Uzumaki not having any of this, kind of running over Science Cat, but at a huge burst deficit this round.
Alright, now, oh, great. That was an awkward graviton situation.
Science Cat doing a good job putting Uzumaki into these awkward positions using this graviton. And right here they're going to be in the corner, so maybe they can run some schmicks. We haven't seen too many left-rights out of Science Cat, which is good because Uzumaki tries to roll, which beats that setup, but gets tagged anyway.
Yeah, nice option to go for the JQC right there. We're going to set up yet another electric trap. I think she gets it. Yep, set up right for Oki, unfortunately. Ooh, JQC.
This is going to hurt. Next touch is going to be pretty much death from Kokonoe, and then now we're seeing those left-rights, and that's it. Round 3, Science Cat's still in this with a perfect.
Yeah, and still maintains their overdrive, which is extremely great in order to either A, disrespect Susanoo's pressure, or B, just make the most out of a lot of crazy confirms. Kokonoe's got a lot of access to damage through her overdrive.
Early burst from Uzumaki, backdash out of the grab from Science Cat, gets a good punish here. Big combo, goes full screen, left rights using the bunker bomb. You don't see that very often. That's kind of a filthy setup.
That was rude. And overdrive is up. Next hit definitely kills as long as Science Cat is able to spend all of their resources.
Ooh, 6A to run up 5A, blocks the overhead.
Ooh,
OD's to the next overhead. This is gonna hurt.
Fireball? Nope, doesn't even decide to use it.
This can be really awkward. Kokonoe's OD confirms are a lot different than her regular ones because of how it changes how her gravitons work. Gets anti-aired, full OD from Susan. This is scary.
Ooh, awkward moment right there. Not really sure what was going on, but Uzumaki's dropping this combo here. Ooh, and he hit one kick kills though.
Oh, the God Press!
Oh my God!
Is this
does
death?
He go burst back or does he super?
Burst back. Let's see. Is he gonna use it? No, he's like, you can't kill me. But he gets grabbed, so you can.
It broke anyway.
Oh, that was such a close match.
That was wow. Oh my goodness.
I'm only upset because I really wish we could have seen one more match between these two players, honestly.
I needed 3 matches that set, and I'm mad that I didn't get it. Goodness gracious. Yeah, that was a really wonderful set. You can see Science Cat throwing everything in the kitchen sink, doing their damnedest to make sure that they can still survive. But Uzumaki hanging on despite eating some of these mix-ups and left-rights with Susanoo's great health and still managing to make the most of it.
It looks like we're going to see Spooky Blast and Richter, 2 of New England's best players, go head-to-head this round.
Jeez, these matches keep coming and coming and coming. This is a wild time. This is a semifinals, I believe, correct?
This is, in fact.
Yeah, so we're moving through along this bracket quite nicely right now. So this will determine winners finals, actually. Jeez.
Looks like it's going to be Uzumaki versus Jiyuken on the other side of the bracket. So the winner of that will fight the winner of this, and then that will be winner's side grand finals.
Wow, that is crazy. This bracket tonight has been super fun, and we finally get to see MA versus MA twice in a row.
This is true. I'm really excited for this. These players get to fight very often. Spooky opting to go Hakumen for real this time. The Bang matchup is kind of rough for Arakune if you believe Arakune players. But, I mean, is any match rough for Arakune if he hits you?
True, but Bang's access to nails and bumpers to navigate neutral is super powerful.
Not
But
to
that's
mention-
not the matchup. That's not the matchup for Steven.
It's true. And both of these characters are very explosive with very, very powerful ODs. Two of the strongest overdrives in the game, in my opinion.
I think that's a pretty fair claim to make.
Spooky playing pretty defensively, getting hit by nails. The nails are an interesting choice by Richter because if Hakumen manages to cut them, it's a big lead from him because it takes away one of Bang's resources for the whole match. OD's through the overhead. That's scary. Gonna get 2 seals right off the bat. Looks like he's opting to get all 4.
Jeez, not playing around with an explosive start right here. Ooh, try to go for the air reset. Spooky opting not to tech at all.
Catches him out of the roll. Spooky 2-seeing Richter out of his shenanigans, but doesn't get a confirm off of it. And now Richter gets to do bunker stuff. Ooh, gets hit by Hakumen. This is going to be big damage here. He's got active flow, so the EA is going to hurt unless he drops it.
Ooh, oh, jeez, still manages to block the explosion, but this might be death here with that RC.
Oh,
Ooh, bumper.
TK Hotaru, though, knocking him out of the reset. But he gets bombed anyway.
I didn't even see the bomb pop out. Wow.
So for anyone who doesn't know, all of Bang's drives add extra properties to a lot of his moves during OD, as well as if he has all 4, he gets access to a super that is a teleporting command grab where he jumps to your location and grabs you. So if you're not on the ground, not hitting a button, he gets to just grab you from anywhere on the screen for 50 meter.
Oh my goodness, an amazing reset with the bumper right here coming out from Richter. Using the bumper to cross up after the poison nail. Crosses up again, uses up the bumper.
Hitting him with overhead after overhead, locks out the burst with OD, and this looks like it's going to be death.
This is curtain. Yeah.
That's a pretty decisive first round from Richter. I wonder if we're going to see Spooky switch.
I don't expect any switch, to be quite honest. I think Spooky, when he opts to go for Hakumen, is relatively confident in the character.
Spooky does have a Terumi, you never know.
Terumi versus Bang, though?
You never know, maybe he just wants the run.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like the names were swapped.
Thank God our scoreboard has a swap button.
Oh, so beautiful. Oh, amazing UI. So one thing I want to talk about, I'll explain some of the seals real quick. So each of Bang's seals gives a unique property. Do I remember which seals do what? No. But a lot of these properties have to do with Bang's dash in Furin Kazan, his overdrive. So for example, he gains invuln on some of these dashes, if I remember correctly. They become teleports.
Oh, we're getting the switch to Arakune.
Wow, okay. Never mind. I'm just wrong, and wrong.
So I was talking earlier about how bad this matchup is for Arakune because Bang has some really great air normals to contest, as well as having the nails to kind of lock Arakune down, and then he can use the bumper to hit bugs and teleport to Arakune if he would like.
Yeah, so I'm actually really glad we started talking about the Bang matchup during the Hakumen matchup, because now we're seeing the Bang Arakune matchup.
So no matter how favored this matchup is, like I said, if Arakune gets the hit on you, it's not favored for you anymore. Richter has a ton of experience with this matchup, though these players play all the time. That doesn't stop him from getting anti-aired, but it does give him the information of where to burst properly.
To be honest, I'm not even sure if that was a proper burst. But
the JDs from Arakune are the safest point where you can burst, because he can't really bait them.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But regardless, we got Curse set up right here. Invisible, pose for the box up. Now he's on the same side. When did he even do that?
He's got Bang health, though, so he's not dead yet. Or he might be with this wake-up option.
Are you sure about that? Actually, I don't think this kills. This goes straight up into more bugs.
Counter assaults out, but Spooky's at full life. He really just needs any straight hit. He doesn't even need Curse anymore. Bang throwing out those nails to win neutral. Still got plenty left. Richter, very conservative with his nail usage in neutral. Only uses it in these scramble situations where he feels like he has to. Gets all 4 seals. Sets up a bunker to run some mix and gets a hit.
Crossing up with the overhead on that mix. Ooh, that is rough.
Spooky doing wake up OD, going through the grab. You know Spooky's gonna wake up OD before he dies. Going for the grab on wake up's a big risk, and it just did not pay off for Richter this time.
Yeah. I think taking away the OD option from Arakune is nice, but it doesn't necessarily solve everything in the matchup.
There's definitely something to be said for forcing Arakune to use his burst in a round that you know you're going to lose.
Oh, for sure. More than any character, just because of the nature of Arakune's overdrive being able to say, I guess I'm losing, but nah, not really.
I would like my turn, please, sir. I don't care whose wake up it is.
Yeah.
Richter kind of running over Spooky Blast right now. Not really confirming anything. Spooky playing very patient until he does it. Gets the hit. Another great burst from Richter bursting out of the JD. But he's just going to get cursed again anyway.
You hate to see it happen.
Doesn't matter how good your burst is if you lose neutral right afterwards.
Jesus. I'm actually wondering who in the chat, which character do you hate the most out of here? I know everybody hates Bang, but I'm pretty sure people also hate Arcuna. So I'm curious to see who, which character these people want to see win.
Maybe I'm in the minority here, but I love Bang. I will always be rooting for Bang unless he is fighting exactly me. The character is so fun to watch. Tries the reversal on Wake Up and is just going to die for that.
People hate, okay, chat. Some people hate Bang. I don't hate Bang. I think Bang is cool because I don't play Richter's Bang too much. But, like, I don't know, man. This is what I see on some Discord.
So are the Aracune switch working out great for Spooky, tying it up 1-1? This could be anyone's set right now.
Yeah, it's looking pretty even. At this point, it's all up to who can maintain confidence in their play, who can deal with the pressure of this tournament, and who can manage to navigate neutral better.
I will say, I feel like we saw Richter run some really good offense, but you only really need to mess up once against Aracune to lose the set. You just don't have that little extra wiggle room to mess up even one time.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot less room to deal with. Bang definitely has some explosive confirms, but it is definitely a lot more situational than Aracune, simply setting up Curse and having to block Aracune's mix.
Yeah, I think that if Richter can keep the neutral kind of under control, he's also got to be careful on offense. Spooky doing a really good job of playing very patiently and then waiting for just the right opportunity to sneak in that 6B or that 6C to call out the different options. Aracune actually has a call out for each of the three heights. He has 6B for mids, he has 6C for lows, and he has 5C for overheads. And all of those are, I believe, frame 4 inbound or guard point, which can be very scary because it means that he only has to make a 1 in 3 guess on a 4-frame gap to hit you and full curse you.
Yeah, and Spooky is very, very great at using these options in order to call out pressure, regardless of where you're at and what's going on.
Richter getting some pressure started early in neutral, but nothing's too decisive. Gets a nail down and throws 3 more to get a guaranteed hit on Spooky. Knocks him into the corner and starts getting some of his seals unlocked. Looks like he's going to go for 3, all 4. All right.
It's not some, it's everything.
Ooh, does a great job safe jumping the anti-air, but Spooky still gets to get out of the corner for that. Base the anti-air with the nail. Spooky bursting. He's like, I'm not having any of this. I don't want it.
Yeah. Oh, get the counter hit off of the, no, it's not. I don't even know which one it is.
Gets command grabbed on Wake Up 2 times.
Right?
Rapids it into death. There you go. No respect. You're going to block on Wake Up. You're not going to hit me with the super.
Wow. So that round right there is a great example of why some Aracunes will complain about the Bang matchup. You see a really good usage of nails from Bang in order to pretty much seal away a lot of Spooky's options, except for that amazing air throw there.
Oh, unfortunately no confirm off of it, but Richie still has a lot of curse on him. So even just in neutral now, if he gets tagged by a bug, this could be curse for Aracune. Spooky doing a great job navigating around D-nails from Bang. Bang also running very low on nails in the situation, but gets a command grab.
Drop down, drops the confirm, still got the poison though ticking off.
Aracune being very patient. Bang down to 3 nails. If he throws another D-nail, that's it. He's got 2 more now. Aracune doing a great job blocking, but gets grabbed. Has OD again now. Gets to go, and then Bang... Richter using the anti-air. Bang doesn't have. Hits him again, gets cursed because of OD, but so he can't set up another curse on his next combo. So he's still got to hit Richter again, and his curse bar is totally empty now.
Bang out of nails though, so neutral is a bit easier for Spooky to navigate through.
Catches him. Can this go into full curse? That's a lot of JAs. Oh, it's full curse right there. Can't kill him here though, so does have to land the burst mix up. And Richter's got a 100 meter and can get his OD back.
Gets opened up though. This burst is going to be very awkward. Ooh,
good burst though. Stops him from dying, but now he's going to get full cursed.
No, he can get out of this.
Ooh, he did get out of it. When we saw him do it against Ice Clue, he was able to lock him down just enough, but Richter knowing well enough how to navigate through that situation. Oh, Aracune air ODing through the air grab to kill, keeping him in this.
That was extremely smart. Richter opting to go for the air throw in order to seal out the chance for Spooky to burst off of any series of JA.
All right, but both characters out of burst, which is advantageous for Arakune because it means that any hit will lead into curse, and Richter can't do anything about it. Still great nail usage, but not quite good enough. Throws one, and then Arakune teleports behind him, knocks him into the corner, and sets up the bees.
Hits you with the nothing personnel, kid. Bang off over the 2D. Relatively safe, actually. Still gets the JA right towards the end of curse twice.
Richter doing a great job navigating around it, though. Barely took any damage. Arakune is going to have to set up a whole other curse again. And Bang's running his mix and has active flow, which means he's going to have his OD back very shortly. This is a scary position for Arakune.
Did you just see that confirmed where he accidentally got the backdash but was still fine anyway? Blocks the 5C again.
I don't assume any of Richter's confirms are accidental. Ooh, steals the burst for real this time, and that means Richter is going to take the set.
Wow. That was absolutely nuts.
That's a little bit of an upset. Richie's really been putting in the time. I don't believe they normally beat Spooky Blast in bracket.
Yeah, this has been crazy. Next match we have coming up is going to be Jiyukin versus Uzumaki.
And then the winner of that is going to fight Richter.
I'm going to take a short break. The players are aware to pause for a little bit. Fantas, would you kindly handle and take care of the stream for me, my baby, while I'm gone for a moment?
Oh, sure. You've got it.
Appreciate it.
So we're going to see Susanoo versus... I'm assuming Carl. We might see Amane again. I'm not 100% sure what Jiyukin is going to prefer here. Uzumaki has basically no experience against either of these characters, if I remember correctly. So we're going to see how he gets to handle this. Carl can be a very hard character, but he doesn't have a lot of health, and his defensive options are relatively limited compared to some other characters. He has no metered reversal, but he does have a command dash that he can use that's frame 1 invuln. And certain, I think it's just like frame 1 foot invuln, if I'm remembering correctly. But Uzumaki gets to do big boy damage with Susanoo, and can maybe kill Carl in as little as 2 hits if it gets the right 2 hits. More realistically, 3 or 4 like everybody else, though. But once Carl gets you locked down, he can start doing unblockables and just kind of loop you into death. So you really need to save resources to either counter assault, burst, or OD out of the setup. I'm not sure how much experience Jiyukin has with the Susanoo matchup. I'd imagine they have to have a little bit, because I know they net play. There are a lot of Susanoos out there, and I'm sure they've met some of them before. Uzumaki has not been net playing very much during this pandemic, so they don't have that same experience, and they don't get to travel outside of any much. They're one of our like hidden warriors that most people don't know about that's actually very strong.
I'm back.
And there is Tuito. I'm going to ask you to hold down the stream for a sec now, Tuito. I just introed both of these players, but we have a little bit of time before we start.
Aw, that's fair. Yeah. So I'll take it over from here for a little bit. We've seen Uzumaki and Jiyukin do really, really well within these brackets. Uzumaki has pretty much just started entering these. As Stantis might have mentioned, they were playing at the offline locals for a long time and recently came out of the cut to play online last week and has been making sure that these youngins, including myself, know what's up. Jiyukin, of course, an excellent player and has been doing really, really well in these online sets right here. I'm assuming that we're not going to run into an instance wherein Jiyukin goes Amane again, probably for the rest of bracket. Just looking at the matchup spread between Carl and Susanoo, and so on and so forth. Even though Carl may kind of, explode, per se, the moment Susanoo manages to get a hit. But yeah. Stream, how's this bracket been for you guys? Because for me, this has been absolutely nuts. I feel like I've talked a lot, but this bracket has been really, really, really cool to see. It's been a treat, personally. Yeah, I agree. This bracket is much, much better than last week. Last week was still a lot of fun, and we got to see Or pull up and put in a lot of work, and Karachi do the same. But this week, we got some killers, man. It's been absolutely nuts. We haven't even seen some of our finest over here, like at in some of these matches. If I remember correctly, we haven't seen a single set from Fems, for example. And Fems is a really great S player, and we just haven't seen them on stream.
All
Like
right, and I am
that's
back.
nuts.
We talking about Fems?
Talking about the bracket and just how we haven't even seen some of the really strong players this week.
Yeah, we've had some absolute killers in losers finals. It looks like Fems knocked out Ice Cool, which is I'm guessing what you were just talking about, which is Fems is a terrifying person to run into in losers.
Yeah, I was just talking about how we haven't even seen Fems yet.
Is Jukin bringing out his Easy Oi in bracket? I heard that he had one, but I didn't think that he would play it.
Huh? I was talking about Carl. Nobody had me on the uptake here.
Oh, okay. All right. He's just messing with us.
Okay. See, I am sometimes right. No Spooky, no more Arakune.
I would love to see Jiyukin's Arakune. He's like, you know what? I'm going to play all the characters that lock you down.
Would you like more mix but different? Nah, Jiyukin's still rocking the Amane colors on the Carl.
I can't blame him. It looks pretty fresh.
It's a fit. I just wish it wasn't on Carl.
Winning neutral almost immediately, locking him down, getting the sandwich between him and Ada. Uzumaki being very patient, but still getting opened up low. Bursting out. Doesn't want to get mixed by Carl anymore.
Yeah, I think in this situation, getting DP as a seal for Susanoo is that much more important since it hits on both sides. So even in the sandwich situations with Ada and Carl, he'll still be able to hit both of them, which I think is really interesting. And I haven't really seen this matchup very much. Looks like he's opting to go for wheel.
Being very safe on offense, doesn't mind the OD, overheads him anyway. Won't be death, but it's going to be really close. Next touch kills, and Carl's almost out of defensive options. Calls out the dash, but doesn't get it confirmed, but next touch will kill, and it's going to be wheel level 2 again. Very decisive looking round from Uzumaki.
Uzumaki understanding that wheel can cover pretty much every option right there. Even if Carl were to attempt to use his command dash to go through, it'll still get hit by the strike part of wheel.
Doing a really good confirm into the command grab. That was scary. Ada walking up from downtown and just scooping Uzumaki right up.
So that is a hit grab, and that's the reason why Jiyukin opted to go for the cross-up right there, which was extremely dirty.
Uzumaki mashing his way out of pressure, going for that purple grab. I think he's trying to green grab there, and is just messing up the timing. Is my assumption at least.
I would wager that was a TRM attempt.
That would make sense.
But he probably ended up going for the throw a little too soon, and so got a purple throw instead of eating the throw pick. Or Jiyukin just understood that, or just recognized the TRM.
Both players popped their OD. Uzumaki's like, fine, if you want to, I will too. Getting the DP rapid confirm. This is a scary situation. But Carl counter assaults right out. Does not get the confirm off of the counter assault, unfortunately. I don't know if he can get it in that situation.
Runs up in DP, huh?
Gets scooped, but he's going to get his burst back, but Jiyukin's like, nah, I'm locking you out. But I think that OD cost him that confirm. And then catches him anyway.
Yep, hits him with the con brio right there with the nails.
I'm glad you know the name of Carl's moves, because it's all Latin to me. I don't know him particularly well.
All I know is that Con Fuoco is the drill, and that's like it. And I'm pretty sure brio is either the nails or it's the fireball.
One thing that's notable, and you've seen a lot of these situations, Ada will normally like block the hits, but Susanoo's buttons are so big, they go all the way through Ada and hit Carl on the other side of her.
And all to talk about that a little bit, I'm not sure if Stream noticed, but Susanoo just 6'8", hit Ada and still hit Jiyukin.
You just spamming that wheel too, and then getting the overhead. First round from Uzumaki, very explosive match. It pretty much goes one player's way or the other. We don't get too many momentum swings. Once someone gets it going, it tends to kind of just end there. But that being said, that means it's kind of anyone's game if they can get the ball rolling.
Yeah, I think Uzumaki has been using his seals extremely creatively, and it's so fun to see. We can see Uzumaki using the projectile from the wheel several times in this matchup in order to either lock down Carl or manage to hit Ada at the same time, which has been really fun to see.
Yeah, I think this is a really interesting matchup. I don't know how whose favor this would be in. I would have to once Jiyukin comes back into chat. I'm sure we'll find out. But it's scary. It looks good for Susan in my opinion, at least from what I've been seeing here.
Honestly, based off of these 6A interactions alone, it looks like Susanoo definitely has a lot of interesting options to deal with neutral Nirvana in neutral.
Yeah, one of the things that can be tough, especially on net if you don't have your headphones in, is that he can set up that projectile that Ada has, and if you don't have the sound cues, it can be really hard to tell if Ada's off screen. So the best thing for that is to watch Ada's bar, because it takes a huge chunk out of it, and you can know that he's setting up the projectile.
Speaking of, we saw it come out just then, but it was on screen.
Jiyukin doing a really good job winning a lot of the initial interactions, but Uzumaki is very patient and won't really let him start a game plan off of it.
However, we got Carl in the corner. That's a start to a game plan and gets the hit. Yeah, this is a start to Carl's game plan, if anything.
Uzumaki could be getting unblockable here. Tries to roll out and gets smacked for it. Has 50 meters, so he can counter assault now. But I think...
Time for the mix.
Ooh, baits it. Ada is dead, though, so it's just Carl. Still kills him anyway, getting Jiyukin a perfect.
Dang, 7 golden letters right here.
Uzumaki down a burst, getting tagged early, but that looks like a whack confirmed, so unfortunately Jiyukin drops it.
Yeah, look at these JAs from Susanoo. Such a great air-to-air button.
Uzumaki is absolutely beating the crap out of Ada, too. The bar is pretty low at this point for how early in the round it is.
Yeah, however, Carl does have...
Ooh, hits it right before he gets hit by the ball, forcing Jiyukin to use his burst.
Saw the bar go down and managed to jump over the grill. Twice. Ada's almost dead, though.
We're seeing a lot of these trades with Susanoo's buttons today, and there's so much hit stun on them and counter hit for Susanoo that he just gets to pick up even if he gets hit as well.
Excuse me? He can command dash through that? Wow, I think Uzumaki's getting played. Juicy's just playing back and waiting for the dominant. Now that it's back up, can enable the mix, but...
The side swap OD. This next touch is death. Doesn't finish his food, goes for God Press. Uzumaki, you jerk.
You're a dirtbag, and I love you for it.
That means Uzumaki's on set point right now. Ooh, you can't let that ball happen. You gotta hit Carl for that. Getting out of the corner almost immediately. Carl backdashing out of pressure, getting caught by Susan's JA. Uzumaki making great use out of that button in this matchup to catch Jiyukin with whatever he's trying to do.
Straight to the corner with, ooh, that would have been Sword Super. Never mind, get Sword Super anyway.
That's the Carl dangerous offense. Counter assaults him into a confirm, putting him in the corner.
Oh boy. Opts for the throw. Doesn't even decide to go for the unblockable at all. Ooh, must have been an awkward drop confirmed. Susanoo opting for... Okay. Next hit basically kills. OD is almost on the table. I think that's what Uzumaki's playing for.
Ooh, burst right before that OD comes online, though. So Uzumaki still has to get another hit, popping the OD, hitting Carl out, and this looks like it's going to be death. All right. Uzumaki takes it. So we are going to have a NE Winners Finals, Richter versus Uzumaki.
Wow. Jiyukin's in Losers Finals. I'm not going to lie. I wasn't quite expecting that.
Actually, in Losers Semis right now.
Oh, it's Losers Semis. Yeah, sorry.
But I think before we show you Richter versus Uzumaki, I believe we're doing one of the Losers rounds. So I'm assuming right now that we're going to see Origard versus Hidoshiura. I'm not 100% sure, but I would love to see that. 11 versus 13, not a matchup you see very often at all. I don't think I've ever seen it.
I have never seen that either. I think this matchup is pretty much as rare as they come.
Oh no, it looks like we are going to get Richter versus Uzumaki first. But I think, let me see if we can hold... If we're going to have Hito and Aura on stream, because I would love to see that.
I need it. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Wow, this bracket has progressed kind of crazily.
Yeah, we've also been through quite a large amount of this bracket. We're almost down to our top 6 at the moment. We're waiting on Karachi and Aradat to finish. Actually, yeah, and then, sorry, our top 8. And it will be Origard versus Hidoshiura, the winner of Karachi and Aradat, the Ragnar Mirror. It looks like Aradat, we just got the results in now. So it's going to be Aradat versus Fems. And then the winner of that is going to fight Jiyukin. And then the winner of Origard versus Hidoshiura is going to fight Spooky. And then that's going to be our losers semifinals. But it's looking good for NE. We're holding it down.
We're doing our best, okay? Jeez, this has been a wild time. Wow, okay.
Jukin in chat saying that yes, the Susan matchup is very scary.
Jukin, you want to make sure that you are exiting the lock? Yeah, that makes a lot of sense with some of the interactions that are possible here.
Alright, looks like we're going to be running Richter versus Uzumaki. Now, these guys actually, despite both being MA, don't get to fight very often. Uzumaki pretty much only came to weeklies, and Richter pretty much only went to monthlies. So these guys actually have not gotten to fight each other very often.
That's irony if I had to put. I don't even know the rest of that sentence. That's irony if I ever saw it. There we go. I can speak, I swear.
So we're going to have Bang versus Susan. We got two really high health characters that do a lot of damage. Susanoo has a lot better normals, or at least like a lot further reaching normals, but Bang has the movement with 2 air dashes and just a really fast run speed.
Yeah, Bang has a lot of really good movement options. On top of the air dashes and run speed, he also has bumpers available to him. And he also can use nails. Susanoo's 2C and air-to-airs are really, really great for contesting Bang in the air, but I think the nail usage is going to be a very interesting factor.
Oh, jumping over Susanoo's JA. Gonna get a hit early. Richter likes to use these web nails pretty early on to try and get all of his seals unlocked. He prioritizes them pretty highly, it seems like. Uzumaki bursting, stopping him from getting the 4th one, though.
Alright, at this point, all it takes is just one neutral exchange for Richter to be able to grab that last seal.
Richter bursting out, which gives him the momentum back, but means that he doesn't have access to Bang's incredibly powerful OD. Get hit from a mile away by Susan 2C. No confirm though, and Richter gets to run his bang plan, but he's out of nails right now. So this could be kind of scary once he gets tagged from backwards with the JA.
The classic Bang has no anti-air special. 2G popping up. Regardless of not actually hitting Uzumaki out, he was able to return back to neutral. But this is Bang without nails, and Susanoo is relatively free to QC Bang out of the air or just 6A.
Reversal super, this is very hard to punish though. So this is actually a pretty strong option from Richter there. Because even if it got blocked, he would have the meter to kill, or to rather, to wrap it into a pressure situation for him.
And there goes the round. It's up by Richter, but this has been a very, very, not quite explosive yet, but this has been very nerve-wracking.
Ooh, round start of 2D, 5D from Richter. Guard pointing through Uzumaki's round start button. Getting his offense started very early, using those web nails to get his seals again. Looks like he's got 3 out of 4 here. And then carrying him all the way to the corner.
Oh my goodness.
Is he going to set up a bumper? He sure is. Hits him with the overhead and then uses the bumper to confirm. This is scary. Uzumaki is almost dead.
Bang's got all 4 seals, so his drives now do about 20% more damage too, so any hit will definitely do.
Uzumaki getting his offense going. Richter trying to play patient and then getting grabbed for it. Uzumaki calling him out for it. That nail is still up too, so Richter has a little bit of an advantageous defensive situation. But next touch could kill for either player.
Oh my goodness.
Through the overhead, and round 1 goes to Richter.
I was so worried that he didn't have enough time to 5A there, but Richter using the timing and managing to make it work for him. That was really, really good play from Richter, I would say.
Yeah, I think Richter did a really good job keeping his cool and turning that around, because that really looked like it was going to be Uzumaki's game for a minute there. Ironically, I don't think Uzumaki has a lot of experience with this matchup. And I've said that a couple of times, and he's won, because Uzumaki's a very solid fundamental player. I think he's been doing fighting games for like almost a decade now, because he's one of Fem's oldest training partners.
Dang.
There's your deep MA lore for everybody. Fem's someone we've only alluded to and may not get to see on stream.
I feel like Fems is just going to be the hidden character, like, that you won't see, and then you just input a secret code and suddenly he appears on stream.
Yeah, pretty much. It's going to be like Science Cat last week, where we just talked about them and they were never on stream, and then they were suddenly in Winners Finals.
Yeah, seriously.
Also, just so that everyone knows, this is currently 3 out of 5. This is the first round that we're doing that is that way. This is the goofiest intro from Bang, where his belt buckle just like glows and spins for like 5 minutes.
Actually have never seen it before.
And that's one of his defaults. I don't think that's character specific. He does it like a bunch.
I see.
Ooh, just round start 5B, one of Susan's strongest round start options. Catching him with the JC, catching him with the overhead. Gets the knockdown into the corner. Not much damage though. Kind of a rough OD for Bang, and then just getting smacked. Ooh, calls out the teleport.
Wow.
Okay, so right now, Uzumaki's running a pretty good offense plan, just kind of using his plus frames to stay in, using all of his normals to get that last hit, or all of his drive normals, rather. So that way he can catch Richter with one of his few lows, the 2D, and then rapid that into a win, which is a perfect as well.
Yeah, everything's going pretty cleanly right there. Jeez.
So Richter going for the special cancel on the drive move is really risky, because if Uzumaki had blocked that, he would have been in trouble.
Yeah, wow. This is going rather crazy.
Richter getting all 4 seals already, knocking him down in the corner. He is going to have OD back soon, and he just got a counter hit 2B, so this is going to be some damage.
Yeah, this is going to be a pretty good time right now. Oh, Richter opting to go for the classic airback dash forward dash.
Ooh, catches Uzumaki trying to mash on the special and then just kills him. We are trading a perfect for a perfect. Only one character has taken damage this match so far, at a time. Let's see if this next match is going to be as decisive. Uzumaki getting the counter hit JA and the counter hit 5B.
And things are coming up. All Millhouse for Susanoo got level 1 wheel unlocked. Sword unlocked
OD
now.
straight through. Oh, but doesn't go for a punish, just opts to get the EA. I wonder if he thought he was going to be too early on that OD.
What? Excuse me? Uses the teleport with the drive in order to walk up and smack Susanoo from midstream.
Tries to reset Uzumaki. Uzumaki wisely does not tech and then anti-airs Richter. This is a much closer round than the last two.
Yes, the two characters are now actually hitting each other instead of just a straight up perfect.
Uzumaki trying to do the run up grab. Richter not staying on the ground long enough to get hit by it. Blocking sword. Uzumaki rapids so that he doesn't immediately die.
Yeah, but ooh.
Those nails saving Bang's life from dying to that Uzumaki air normal.
Bang about to hit active flow as well. Sorry, not active flow. Bang about to have enough meter for.
Bang has astral. Will he go for it? No, he won't. He's gonna close it out so that way he doesn't risk it.
Thank you for correcting me. Yes, had barely had the meter for astral. I was worried that there was going to be some insane astral interaction with like OD, but thankfully Richter decides to not rip my heart asunder and just goes for a regular win.
Richter's clutched these out, but Uzumaki has been very close multiple times, so I wouldn't count him out yet. He very likely could reverse 3-0 Richter if he gets the right reads.
Yes, this could be pretty crazy. For those of you that are checking on the bracket, as Science Cat has mentioned, this is winners finals. The challenge bracket just handles it kind of weird sometimes, but this is winners finals. So this is 3 out of 5 again, to reiterate.
Yeah, they have the extra round on challenge for the reset, which kind of makes the bracket look weird.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Do you think Uzumaki can do it, Tuito?
I'm gonna be quite honest. I don't think he does it, but I really want to see how it pans out because I've been wrong a lot tonight.
I've fought Uzumaki a lot of times, and sometimes he just needs to kind of figure out what your character can do and play around it the right way. He will learn a matchup on the fly, which is what he might be doing here.
Susanoo is also definitely the type of character that can maintain momentum, and if they start clearing out matches in dominating fashion, it can feel extremely imposing.
Yeah, if Uzumaki can get this momentum going, but opting to play very defensive round start. Richter throwing out a nail he can't really do anything with right now, and then having to use the D-nails to win neutral is very good for Uzumaki.
Ooh, opts to use the bumper for positioning. Uzumaki was a very early burst.
Burst out, run up, does not actually get a seal because he has not moved the cursor, it seems like.
Yeah, you have to activate the cursor before you can actually do it. You can't just 5D in neutral for a seal for free. You have to 5D, even set it, and then you 5D once again in order to unlock.
It looks like Uzumaki's just getting run over. Richter could just kill him here, potentially? I don't know. Maybe if he pops OD for sure, but I don't know if he's going to ops to. I don't know if this kills Susan. Susan has a lot of health. He could live with a smidge.
Optimal.
Yeah.
Is this going to be the fourth perfect of the set? No.
Oh, Uzumaki, two seeing him out.
Ooh, awkward Grand Viper, but still manages to get...
Jumps and air grabs him
RC.
on the other side, but Richter's still teching it.
Oh, gosh. This is still a clencher.
Ooh, and then he gets hit by the nail. Bang only had 2 nails left, so he only had to last that out a little bit longer before neutral got a lot better for him. And now Richter's on set point with OD.
Ooh, that was close.
Uzumaki doing a good job blocking that 5D. Anti-airism, doesn't matter what side you're on. Susanoo will hit you, and then he will TRM you.
Ooh, recognizing that Richter was going straight up for the throw tech OS.
Uzumaki baiting, I'm assuming some kind of defensive option there, getting EA'd, which is actually pretty good for Uzumaki because it means Richter won't have his burst online again for a little bit.
I will say, though, that this did put Richter right into EA, so if he can stall this out with nails, he can definitely play for OG once again within this same.
Uzumaki bursting out, knowing that that's going to happen. Richter left at only about 7 out of 10 on OD. He could die before he gets it with his health total.
That is very, very true. However, we're seeing a lot of these... I forgot, Wheel is only at level 1, so he can't use the projectile in order to space out Richter.
Ooh, counter hit 6A, has Astral on deck. Will he go for it? No, he just goes for the grab. And Richter takes it decisively, 3-0.
Yeah, sparing a heart again. Richter, whew, looking like the guy to beat. Not looking like. He's in Grand Finals winner side and didn't drop a game that entire set. He's the guy to beat, to put it quite frankly.
Uzumaki, though, very close. So if he gets his chance at Richter again, he could reverse it. Despite it being 3-0, a lot of the rounds you can kind of see Uzumaki getting some pretty good traction. I wouldn't count him out if these two fought again.
Oh, for sure. We saw several perfects go in Susanoo's way. So it was definitely not Richter running an entire train and just playing his game and absolutely mauling Uzumaki.
Yeah, so Richter's got a while to wait now because we've got to run through the rest of top 8 before we get to him. It looks like Aerodat and Fems fought, and Fems won, so it's going to be Fems and Jiuken. Jiuken running through every gatekeeper any has. Getting the true New England experience for Jiuken.
Yeah.
But first we're going to get that matchup I really wanted to see, Oragard versus Hitoshiura. 11 versus 13. Everyone's going to throw swords.
Swords everywhere. I'm not going to lie to you. I have no idea how this matchup is supposed to pan out.
I'm curious if it goes better for Lambda because she has some buttons that she can hit and get in, or if it goes better for 13 because she trades that for full screen mix.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I think a lot of it will depend on just, I think character matchup knowledge is going to be really, really important here.
I don't know how much experience these two have playing against each other, honestly. Or if they have played against each other before, or if they've even played this matchup before.
Yeah, it's extremely rare. Both characters are pretty rare, and this matchup, as we've said before, is a one you don't get to see very often.
So how much experience do you have fighting Lambda 2-0? I know we've all been playing Oragard this past week, so all of us have a little bit more new 13 experience than we have previously, but I don't think you've ever played against New England's Lambda, Dal Dakota, who was in this bracket earlier.
That is very true. I have not gotten the chance to play Dal.
So Lambda, one of the big differences that I mentioned earlier, does not have a full screen low the way that 13 does. So she can only do overheads from full screen without actually going in. So she can't mix you up quite the same way from full screen that 13 gets to.
Yeah, she opts to opt for 236D instead, which is pretty slow advancing, and I believe sometimes sees used as like a pressure reset.
Yes. I know that Lambda has the command dash that she can do into a series of mix-ups. She can go low, she can go high. I think she can go left-right in the right situation.
Yes, she can use Spada. It's actually very funny. I was updating the dust loop for Lambda earlier. She can opt for a cross-up overhead that is difficult to confirm to unless you're in the corner, in which case you pretty much can always get it confirmed with 5A.
So here we're seeing Hitoshiura get swords on the lockdown and then get to go in, something that New 13 can't do quite as effectively. Catches the backdash. He's like, I know how that works. I have one of those too.
Yeah, definitely saying, hey, yeah, I get it, you're a Murakumo, but I might just be the better version here. Literally dashes up the shore guard into the super. Wow.
Seen a lot of 5Ds out here. We actually saw a 5D clash earlier, which I thought was really interesting. But Beauregard on the offensive now. Blocking
Yep,
the
there
mix-up
goes
and
that.
then getting the punish on Hidoshiora.
Yeah, so that's the left-right spotter that I was mentioning earlier. It's also negative on block, unfortunately, so Aura vanished into Mount Zero offense immediately afterwards. And they're going to take this round.
Hito trying not to tech and just getting punished for it and dying, unfortunately.
So it goes, so it goes.
For anyone trying to tell the characters apart, Lambda's the one that has the aura around her, which is the only real distinguishing feature, other than obviously the color, since they have the same character model.
I'm not going to lie, I was about to yell at you and say, one is green and the other is blue.
Well, what if they picked the opposite colors? I think both of these characters have both colors, but I could be incorrect.
That wouldn't shock me. Although, right now, oh my goodness. Yeah, this is just Hitoshira honestly just running their offense right now. Jeez.
I feel like we're seeing about what I would expect in the sense that it seems like Beauregard has the advantage in neutral with a couple more tools, whereas Hidoshiora, once they get their game plan going, seems to get a much more decisive lead.
Yeah, it seems like Hitoshira wants to opt for a more rushdown style in this matchup, which makes a lot of sense to me personally. Because
Ooh, baiting the counter assault and killing Beauregard.
I don't think we've seen a single counter assault bait on stream.
Oh, I just realized the names are backwards. I put the so that's a little extra layer of confusion there.
Yes, it's the mix-up. But yeah, right now, as we were mentioning earlier, Hitoshira is opting to go for a more aggressive rushdown style and wants to just make sure that Aura can't really defend themselves very well. And Lambda's command dash is definitely a really good tool to use there, in my opinion, or at least that's my assumption, rather. And on top of that, you can also spar in neutral with 226D and these drive normals coming in. Wow, we're seeing Hitoshira winning neutral like twice right now, and we're already in the corner setting up 226D.
Hitoshira catching Beauregard low, doesn't get a full confirm out of it, and gets counter assaulted out of the corner. Beauregard running up, hitting a normal, not quite getting the confirm, but getting hit by the sword super. This looks like it's going to be death.
Ooh, blown up for that 5D attempt right there.
All right, so it looks like game one goes to Hitoshira. I had to wait for that result screen to come up because I was trying to remember which one of the robots took it.
It was number 11.
Good looking game from Hitoshira, but Beauregard, honestly, very, very close. I wouldn't count them out just yet.
Yeah, I honestly think that Aura was doing pretty solidly. It was not a wash by any means.
I'm going to be honest, I'm rooting for Beauregard for this next game just so that we can get a little bit more of this matchup. There's got to be someone out there scouring Blazin, trying to find how to fight 13 as Lambda, and we got to get them the matches, you know?
So you're encouraging this just for the people and not to your benefit at all.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I don't play either of these characters. It's not for me.
Very, very good point. Santis, the famous Tsubaki player.
Oh, what are you talking about? I play Tager.
Hey, you top 8 at, I thought you played Average.
I did play... Alright, so Beauregard getting the start off in neutral, just hitting him with a... I love these JD combos where they just get hit everywhere with these swords.
Yes.
Backdashes out of the wake-up grab, bursts right out, gets the hit again. Ooh, counter hit with the low.
Yeah, got hit with the wheel and gets hit overhead.
This is looking pretty decisively in Beauregard's favor. They can just kind of stand full screen. I think it's really funny when one of them throws the sword and then the other one counters with sword super.
It's pretty funny. That was actually really smart from Beauregard that we just saw there, by the way. You might have noticed that they spaced exactly to start their 5D and their drive series in order to make sure that Hitoshira could not burst it at all. That was super, super cool.
Beauregard is down a burst, and Hitoshira has their entire one, though, for this round, so that is important.
That is a bit rough. However, it looks like Beauregard is winning neutral pretty calmly here.
Beauregard definitely making some good adjustments. Getting tagged, but then getting out, and then both players committing to a relatively risky option, and then getting hit. For Beauregard, now it's just throwing swords, which 13 does a little bit better.
slightly better sword chucker per se.
Yeah. She has like 1 or 2 extra swords to throw, and it makes a lot of difference in neutral.
Oh wow, try to go for the anti-air sword and call out the jump from full screen. That was a little wild.
Ooh, too far away to confirm, unfortunately. But gets a good counter hit 5D, taking him into the corner. This is going to be some pretty decent damage here.
Yeah, that looks like 2D coming out of Aura. Not sure if they were predicting a jump or if they just misinputted right there.
Ooh, Beauregard has Astral. This could be it. Or sorry, yeah, Beauregard has Astral. If they wake up and confirm it, it could be it.
Yes. Oh!
Hito bursting, setting up swords.
What? Oh my god, got caught up probably trying to quick rise. Ooh, that's rough.
Oh, that was a close one. Hito down the burst this time, though. Complete opposite position of last round.
Oh my goodness, backdash the wheel right there, okay.
Counter hit 5D, Beauregard bursting out. No one has any bursts. We don't need this resource. Let's play more neutral.
I don't know about neutral, man. We got gravity well set up with a sword on top. Oh, trying to go for the TK overhead.
Staying in the dead zone, rolling into the dead zone of the overhead and then punishing with 5A is very strong.
Really, really smart. Ooh, jumps over the counter hit sword summons.
All right. Oh, there we go. Sword super counter hit. I wonder if Hitoshira had already committed or if they tried to challenge that there.
They might have committed to command dash. I'm not sure if that's projectile involved. Ooh, got clipped with the overhead, and we are going into a second game.
Hey, we got my wish. 3 games.
3 games. Man, Beauregard making really, really great adjustments against Hitoshira. Seems to understand how to deal with some of the pressure and manages to escape into neutral a lot more right here. In the previous match, we saw a lot more exchanges where Hitoshira would win neutral, transition in a corner, and pretty much be able to hold that for the next 2 or 3 hits.
I'm actually super excited that we got to put this match on stream. I'm really happy that these 2 players got to fight each other because this is just one of those matchups you don't see. I know I've said it a lot, but I am very excited.
Yeah, it's definitely... I wouldn't say we're seeing the textbook being written, but we are definitely seeing one of the few examples, and we're probably seeing the quickest adjustments in the middle of a set with 2 characters in an already unfamiliar matchup, which I think is really impressive to see out of these 2 people.
Yeah, I mean, I guess to a certain degree, it is a mirror matchup up to a certain point, right? It's like 75% a mirror matchup?
Kind of.
They both have a lot of the same drive
to,
moves and normals. And even the same intro here.
I would compare...
Oh, Hitoshira
Yeah,
changing colors to make this so much harder on us.
Oh, come on, man. Well, at least one of them is bright blue, the other is dark blue.
I love these 5D clashes. Hitoshira keeps air dashing over the 5D. Like, they 5D clash, and then Hitoshira will air dash in to start their pressure.
Yeah. I see, these colors remind me like PS5 versus PS4. That's like one of the first things that's like,
I mean, that's basically what it is. 13 is the PS4, and 11 is the PS5 that Kokonoe made in her basement.
I get... Sure. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Okay, so right now we're seeing Hitoshira making a lot. Oh wow, that's an instant
Ooh, reversal super, but in the dead zone.
Imagine having a reversal super, you need to space.
Yeah, Hitoshira down a burst though. Beauregard has about half of it left, so they are more likely to get back this round. Catches Hitoshira air dashing back this time. Or catches Beauregard air dashing back. I'm doing it.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you for doing it. Right now, this is looking like Hitoshira's game. I'm not even sure. What? Excuse me? That took out Beauregard from the corner and then led to the cross-up, which Beauregard immediately blocked, and also that clash just happened. Huh?
Hitoshira getting a hit, using it to set up Oki, it looks like, instead of trying to go for a combo. Gets a hit. Can they convert this into a kill? They're going to get OD'd, and they hit a button and die, and Hitoshira takes it.
Yeah, really awkward overdrive there just because that Beauregard got it in the air and unfortunately did not invuln through everything.
I'm going to be honest. Me and Tuito are both relatively new to commentating. That is one of the hardest matchups I've had to commentate as far as keeping players straight.
That was weird.
That was very odd. Great job from both players, though. Really happy to see Beauregard come back out again from last week, and also making it to top 8 in this really stacked bracket is very impressive.
Yes, Beauregard had to go through how many people?
So it looks like Beauregard, to kind of recount their journey a little bit, Early on, they fought Yage and won, and then they lost to Richter, and then made it through losers fighting Onikage, Karenzik, Science Cat, and then Hitoshira. So honestly, they made it through a whole bunch of killers. So round of applause for Beauregard. Great performance.
That was a really impressive showing, especially against Science Cat. I want to highlight that they had actually played some casuals recently that I was in a part of. It was me, Science Cat, and Beauregard. And I'm not gonna lie, Science Cat kind of had our numbers, but I'm really glad to see Beauregard clutching it out. And now we finally get to see the hidden character, Fems.
Alright, so Fems actually plays 3 characters. He plays Platinum, S, and I'm going to be nice to him and say Lychee. Realistically, S is far and away his strongest character. I think it's unlikely that we see either of those other two, but if he feels uncomfortable, he might end up switching. But we're going to see... I don't know how this matchup goes, actually. S is very strong in neutral, but she lacks a little bit in the other stages. Well, not on defense. She lacks a little bit on offense compared to Carl, who has an overwhelming offense.
Yeah, I think part of the benefits of S currently is that her crest system definitely makes it a lot harder for Carl to simply just command S out, especially depending on the timers of the crest. It forces Carl to... Oh,
you say that as Carl command dashes right out of a crest.
In my defense, that wasn't 2D crest, and so that makes sense that he could dash out of it. Actually, now that I remember, crests are considered as projectiles, and that command dash is actually projectile invuln entirely. So I am bugging out. That's not how that works at all.
I think Fems dropped a combo there, but still takes it and beats Jiyuk in round 1. One thing I forgot to mention earlier is that Fems actually has a decent amount of experience with this matchup. He fought Grover at, I believe, a Super TSB and beat him. And Grover is a very strong player, about on the same level as Jiyuk, who gets hit by the cross-up SDP.
Jesus. Gets the backdash out, but still, S's big buttons, managing to hit Ada on the way.
Early burst, gets supered by Carl, but gets to tech out to neutral, which is totally fine.
And opts to just beat up on Ada. Knocks her out from full screen with projectile.
Counter herself out of Carl's pressure.
Yeah.
Carl popping a good OD to get Ada back faster. And now we've got the steroid sister here. But it doesn't matter if S never loses neutral. But here she is getting hit. She could be dead here. I think him into super? It looks like the spacing's just off. DP confirmed for death, but it doesn't quite get it.
Oh my god!
Next touch kills.
Come on. Oh jeez.
Fem's just throwing these fireballs from full screen. He's like, yeah, stay the fuck away from me. DP's Jiyuk as soon as he gets in. That was some guile shit right there.
Oh my god, that was really amazing spacing from Fems with the air back dashes to avoid the anti-airs from Ada. That was very, very hard to space properly. And still mount pressure on Carl with fireballs.
Commanding first round from Fems, a really strong player under pressure, and a gorilla S. Absolutely will run you down in the street and take your lunch money. He beats you up, and then when he's like, all right, I got the life lead. Okay, now I'll stay in full screen and throw fireballs.
Please do not remind me. Fems has done that to me plenty of times in offline sets.
That being said, if Carl can get his game plan going, he should just kill S. That's just the hard part, though. You gotta win that neutral first. And Carl has kind of a lackluster neutral. Dahl is very strong, but he has to spend a resource to operate it. It's kind of hard to operate Ada with all of the projectiles picking down her health. And then Carl himself doesn't have a run, so he can't close gaps too quickly.
Yeah. On top of that, S also has fireballs in order to either A, cancel out Ada's own fireball and still deal damage, and B, S also keeps herself very safe with her
Oh my
zoning.
god, it does beat Carl Fireball. That's so gross.
That's fucked up. Pardon my language, but it is.
Yeah, that's absolutely messed up. Fem's bursting out here, running up, getting a 3C counter hit. Jukin's like, nah, I don't want to deal with that. That's some damage. I don't know how that fireball didn't hit Fems right there, but I guess it didn't.
Small girl hitbox, hurtbox. Small girl hit.
S is one of the most annoying characters for me to combo, quite honestly. But it looks like, wake up into baits the DP gets hit by the fireball.
Air DP, Jesus Christ. Looks like Jukin's kind of sitting there like, yeah, okay, but I do this.
Round start 6B, gets the pickup off of the trade, goes for it again. That's one of S's best buttons. That 6B is huge. It's pretty safe for how big it is, and it has head invuln very early, comparative to a lot of other 6 anti-airs.
Yeah.
Getting caught low, hitting him out of the side swap. I wonder if that was an intentional OS, if he just got it, or if he was like, nah, it's time to mash here.
I am willing to believe in defense that that was either intentional or just instinctual on reaction. Which, wait, that's still
Steals the burst. This looks like it's going to be death.
that's robbery.
Great burst steal from Jukin, and yeah, it's anyone's game. 1-1. This one is also only best of 3, so winner of this next one takes it.
Yes, this still isn't losers final. We are still in top 8.
We're in top. Well, we're in top 6 now, but yes.
Top 6. Well, sorry. Yes, we are still in top 6, and we are nowhere near close to being done yet. These matches are still pounding on, and they've been pretty crazy. Funny enough, depending on how the spooky match goes, they have to pretty much possibly get gate kept by Uzumaki. And it might just be NA only.
If Jiyukin wins his game and Spooky wins his, Jiyukin has to fight every single one of NE's strongest players in a row. Starting here with Fems.
That's a gauntlet.
Yeah, Fems into either Spooky Blast or Hitoshiura into Uzumaki into Richter is a hell of a bracket.
Yeah, they'll luckily have a small break in between Spooky and Hitoshiura, the winner of this match. But regardless, they're going to have to make a really tough run.
Fem's opting for these early bursts a lot, which I think work out pretty well for him, ODing through the overdrive, or rather DPing through the overdrive. But keeping the momentum in neutral seems to be really strong for Fems, because they're just so advantaged there.
Yeah, neutral is definitely one of Fem's strengths. They can recognize a lot of good situations, and they're willing to go for a lot of unusual. Oh my goodness!
Jukin's got the read. He's like, "Oh, I know what kind of player you are," and now he's baiting the DPs with really hard callouts.
He said, "You're a DPer, aren't you?" And Fem said, "Yes, sir," and then got fataled.
Jukin immediately air-to-airing and then just getting DP'd anyway. Didn't bait that one. Gets a good hit from Fems. This should... Ooh, it would have carried to the corner, but I think he dropped it. I'm wondering if he's dropping these routes because they're really hard on Carl specifically.
I'm not sure. He managed to drop like 3 routes in a row, but still guide Carl to the corner. But now, oh my goodness, decides to go for the overdrive.
You should never think that Fems won't EA. He will. And this looks like it's going to be, ooh, not quite dead. But catches him with a 2A from a mile away. I wonder if Carl extended his hurt box there.
That was not counter hit, so I don't know.
All right, using the doll to force his way in, but ends up putting himself in the corner, but uses the doll to hit Fems, and now he's going to slide him into the corner.
Good clap right there. Have to block that with barrier and the hurt. And
blocking the overhead, but then getting hit by the instant overhead. This looking bad, but oh wait, but doll's dead.
Tried to DP, but still got hit. Air throw.
Gonna get his burst back. Jukin does not steal it. A long road for Fems, but he can do it.
Yep, all you have to do is just call doll, pull it up over here. Can Fems deal with it?
Gets tagged. That looks like it's gonna be it. Oh, wow. I was ready for the Fems run back. I'm gonna be honest. He's killed me from that position so many times, but Jukin takes it. Jukin
trying to do it. The only one of the few out-of-state players left. In fact, now that I look at the bracket,
Jukin and Hitoshiura are only 2. I will say, Jukin has been absolutely slaying New England in this tournament, knocking out Dal Dakota, Jackie Sparkles, and then just now Fems.
Yeah, this has been pretty wild, and right now we have 2 Massachusetts players and 2 out-of-state players. This is literally like a 2v2 at this point. Wow. And Jukin has definitely been running it and showing that they're pretty freaking nice. However, I do appreciate that MA has been giving a lot of people the business. Speaking of, okay, we're going to get the Hakumen here.
This seems like it must be a hard matchup for Lambda. Hakumen can cut the swords. He has really great tools to deal with projectile Oki, and he explodes you for making a mistake.
Yeah, you definitely, let's see. Yeah, honestly, the RPS or the mix-up potential out of the command dash is very reduced because Hakumen pretty much just flicks a drive. And you either A, have to guess on your overhead, B, you try to guess low, or C, you try to throw unless, oh wait, you just got throw left anyway.
Alright, let's see. Spooky backdashing around start, getting the 4C. But getting hit here by Hitoshiura, not throwing any swords, just kind of setting up the well. Dash up, grab, and then Enma, a Hakumen classic. Spooky running out of beads here and getting his grab called out with Panic Nail, and you get a good confirm off of that on counter hit.
Yeah, this is 3.5k?
Ooh,
Wow.
and Spooky getting hit by the overhead.
This is coming up all Milhouse for Hiroshiro right now. Yep, opts to go for the command
Ooh,
dash.
OD's through, oh, but doesn't get a punish, and then resets into the overhead.
Hit
This actually
overhead.
could be, oh no. That could have been
Dash
death.
strike. Ooh, gets the cut so he has an extra bead.
Yeah. Counters, keeps countering. Yeah, has almost full meter now. Hits him with this, ooh, burst it out.
Oh my. Hiroshiro very respectful of that. He tries to Yanagi 3, but there's the gravity well.
Cross up into no confirm, unfortunately. Spooky almost has his OD back. Oh,
Ooh,
punishes the gravity well from full screen with super.
Very, very good super usage right there. The best thing on top of that is during that charge portion, Tantus, Hakuman is actually projectile invuln.
Is he really?
So-
I did not know that.
Yeah. So he's actually projectile invuln, so he'll be able to tank any, like...
I
line
want to
attack.
talk about a thing that we just saw there because Spooky's been doing it to me all the time. He did dash up and then dash back 3C to call out people who aren't throw OSing trying to tech his throw. And then if they do try to tech his throw, he gets a counter hit 3C for big damage.
Ooh, that's actually a really dirty setup.
Pops his OD here, doesn't really get anything off of it until he gets
Oh my
Renka
goodness.
side swap into the corner, but no EA, so he does not get active flow, which is what he really wants. Catches him
He
trying to
popped-
roll out of the corner.
I don't know if you noticed that, but he popped that special off of the cancel from the drive. Because he... Oh, okay, that was nuts.
I didn't catch that, but that is one of the really strong tools for Hakuman in this matchup.
Yeah, that cancel was crazy. Overdrive back up already for Hakuman.
Getting the good cut,
Good
so that
cut.
way he gets to move in neutral. Hitoshira popping OD
Oh
and
my
catching
God.
the Agito? Agito?
Agito.
All right, it's 1-1 right now, but Spooky has an OD, and that is a scary thing for a Hakuman player to have.
Yeah. On top of that, Lambda doesn't have burst, which is even worse in case Hakuman decides to engage and manages to start a really, really good offense.
Winning neutral early, Spooky being very patient. Trying to cut some projectiles, but not really getting anything out of it. Mostly just getting hit.
Yeah, it looks like Hiroshiro is opting to go for the overhead behind Hakuman in order to prevent some of the sword usage right there. Goes
Gets a
for
knockdown in the
Agito.
corner, doesn't call out the roll, and gets anti-aired for trying to chase.
And we're going straight to the corner. All right, what's the next?
OD catches him. Oh, I'm telling you, that move will hit you no matter where you are. And this is going to be some big damage. Goes for a reset, I'm guessing? Or I don't know if that was a drop.
I have
Who
no-
counters
Oh
the
my
anti-air, and
God.
this is going to be death if he doesn't drop. And round one goes to Spooky.
So that Yanagi there was way, way better. Doesn't matter if you're in the gravity well if Lambda's right next to you anyway.
Yanagi is also really strong too because it will go through the projectiles even if it hits it, and if a projectile hits it, he gets invuln for the duration. You can't punish him.
Oh, I forgot he gains invuln the moment it triggers off of a button. Wow,
Yeah,
that
it's
was
kind of
even
like an Azrael Growler, but he moves forward during it.
But he moves forward and slams you and doesn't need meter to confirm.
Thankfully, that one is a hit grab and not a command grab like the other counters, because that would just be too much for me. If he walked up to me from full screen and unblockabled me, nah, none of that for me today.
Walk up reversal command grab, I would want to die.
Oh, I have the names backwards. I keep getting hit by that mix-up.
That is a big mix.
I put it in when they first enter the room, and then I'm not sure which order they're gonna be in, and then I go to switch it and I forget.
No, that's very fair. You have to literally man the button and be like, okay, which side,
It's
which side?
hard
Okay,
when we
good.
have all of these hype matches to watch.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about and a lot to see right now, so there is nothing to really blame you for.
All right, Spooky going for that 3C cut round start, and then just gets it anyway. 3C normally not a great button to just hit with raw. If you get a counter hit, how can it get some really big damage? And it's only 8 frames.
Jesus, that JD. And IADs in order to catch the backdash right there coming out of Hiroshiro.
Ooh, chases the backdash. This is scary. Doesn't call it the backdash the second time. Gets hit, and now Hidoshiora can maybe run some offense, but against Hakumen, which is always scary.
Yeah.
Oh, tries to get out after countering the projectile, but doesn't quite make it.
Yeah. Ooh, misses a sweep there. A little awkward. Ooh,
excellent JA! Oh, but doesn't quite get the confirm for kill.
Oh my god, block? No, got caught hitting a button.
I think he tried to cut the projectile super and wasn't fast enough.
I'm not even sure that would even work necessarily, because he would still, yeah, you would still get hit. I'm not sure if he...
If he cuts one of the swords, all of the other swords hit the sword that he cuts.
So it gets nullified all entirely.
Yeah, it's a pretty strong option for Hakumen if he's in the position to do it. Yanagi forward. Spooky being very patient, trying to build some meter. Oh, and tries to air dash through the gravity well and dies.
Yeah, you gotta either just drop down or just, like, double jump right there.
Alright, air dashing in, getting a JB counter hit. Gets a nice knockdown, and then I'm trying to bait something on Wake Up.
Not sure what. I think Hidoshiro's movement right now is actually really interesting. I want to highlight that a little bit, but yeah, right there, exactly. So Hidoshira is opting for a lot of these backdashes and seems to really want to play a more patient neutral and wait until they get a good hit before running their offense. We're seeing that a lot with like these backdashes around.
Ooh,
and then,
2C
like,
from across the screen. Chases him down with J2A, tries to air grab him, doesn't get it, and gets hit for his problem or his efforts.
Yep. Gets sent to full screen, tries to go with the Ender, doesn't really work out too well.
Ooh, Yanagi into Enma. Oh, but jumps back instead of forward.
Ooh. Looked like he was attempting to go for a burst bait there, but didn't get the barrier and jumped back.
Empty jump low. Spooky is now on set point with his OD almost back.
Sheesh. This is rough, but thankfully Hidoshira also has full burst meter here.
Jumps right into the 2D, getting a blue beat confirmed. I don't think anyone was ready for that hit.
No.
Countering the panic nail and then cutting the projectile on his way in and then getting a 3C punish. But now he's still locked out full screen and neutral and gets hit by the overhead into the slide under.
Wow, okay.
OD's through with 2A, which isn't really what he's looking for. Tries to go for the counter super, hits this big overhead. Somehow has time to EA there for big damage, 6.5. Next touch kills.
That adjustment on the confirm was insane. Oh
just keeps countering.
No, that's so disrespectful.
He's like, yeah, that super doesn't work on me. I'm Hakumen. Mori didn't make me like the others. I'm built different.
Clearly. Jeez. Spooky recognizing the fact that he can just play relatively patient, gets all of these cuts. I'm waiting on another super coming out of Spooky, to be honest.
Oh, getting hit from full screen. This is a scary situation. Bursts out of that. I mean, you have to, really.
What you gotta do? Oh, Yanagi!
Oh, Yanagi into Yanagi for the kill. Spooky takes it. What a nail biter. Holy crap.
That was so smart. Had just amount of time to get the second Yanagi, still block it, get the full invo, and get the hit to take it. That was nuts.
What a set. Oh my god. And that means we're going to get Spooky versus Jiuken in losers semis.
Hitoshira, I'm not going to lie. If I'm you, I'm putting down my controller, smiling, and say, I will lose on that note. That's fair. That was nuts.
Hitoshira, honestly, made a really good journey through this bracket. Losing to Science Cat round 1, unfortunately, but I mean, Science Cat is absolutely no one to scoff at. Beating Pika Shock, Small Squish, defeating the Titan that is Jackie Sparkles to make it to the match where we saw them fight Origard and then Spooky Blast.
Sheesh. So now, Jiuken has to run the gauntlet.
It's true. Jiuken's got to get through Spooky Blast, Uzumaki, and Richter. Possibly the 3 strongest players in MA now that Barlow's retired. Air quotes.
Air quotes.
Air quotes retired.
Air quotes retired.
Spooky in the chat forgetting that he's still up, so we'll be a second before he gets here.
Honestly, I could use the break for a moment.
Yeah, I mean, I need a cigarette after that last round. Holy crap.
Oh my goodness, I feel like those... Yeah, there's not much to say. They were all pretty nuts. A minute. Oh wait, Tuxedo is... Tux is... MA or did they do?
Tux is honorary MA, but he is New York. But
Okay,
but if anyone outside of Massachusetts is from MA, it's Tux.
Yeah. Everybody out of state trying to give Jiyukin their energy. Jiyukin opting for Amane. Wow. Okay.
I wouldn't want to play Carl versus Hakumen either. I like living after more than 2 hits.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know how this matchup is for Amane, but like, oh, I just would feel so bad to get my Ada OD'd through and then to just die from full health.
Yeah, I think the major thing here is that Hakumen's drives, unless he's in Yanagi range, aren't really that crazy against Amane if Amane's C-normal. But Amane's pressure in terms of like at a closer range definitely gets a lot shakier against Hakumen.
I don't think
unless they're
countering
taking to the skies with their command jump.
I don't think countering a lot of Jiyukin's buttons is going to do much for Spooky because Jiyukin's going to be too far away to get grabbed since a lot of his buttons don't extend his hurt box the same way you might expect a regular characters to.
Also, we just had 5.2k reporting in at round start for our BBBO match.
God, dude, this is a gross amount of damage from Amane. I can't doubt Jiyukin for picking this after seeing this performance right away.
I thought Hakumen was the one that's supposed to do
Oh, 2D
my
to
God.
2D.
Hakumen has OD. I see OD kills it.
Yeah, this is scary. He's got a lot of meter.
4 Magatama, 5 Magatama. Pardon me. Doesn't matter if you're dead, though.
Well, round 1 goes to Jiyukin pretty decisively. Let's see if Spooky can adjust.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how this goes. The only quote, air quote, Amane players that we have on deck for MA is Tato and Barlow when he played Amane for 2 seconds.
That's actually not entirely true. We have another Tamsun when they decide to play BlazBlue plays Amane.
What?
It's true. We have another Amane player. You just don't get to play them.
Yeah, evidently.
Jiyukin really running over Spooky Blast here, doing some really safe stuff. But Spooky eventually guesses right and then gets out and gets to do some real big damage.
Yep, Agito, classic right there.
Ooh, great air-to-air from Spooky, but can't really confirm with that without spending his really limited meter. But gets a JD.
Imagine having an anti-air.
Oh, reversal super.
Spent the meter in order to keep up pressure and wanted to make sure that drill could come off of two-bound. Really smart coming out of this season. Ops the burst. He wants to take this match now.
Ooh, gets the counter through,
through
tries
the
to
Jenga.
Enma. Enma's again. Enma's the third
Pulling his
time.
way in.
If it doesn't work once, but you don't get punished, you might as well just do it again. Jiyukin down the burst. Spooky has it. This is scary.
Yeah, this is where this matchup gets. Oh my God.
Great anti-air, but that was a rough one to try and confirm. Blocking the dreidel, trying to get out of it. I wonder if that was just the wrong special or what happened there.
So what happened is that I think Spooky has to go into Yanagi after 2D in order to proc his invuln and move forward. Otherwise, yeah, he gets clipped up by 60.
Yeah, it seems like he went for Renka there, which is unfortunate.
Normal in certain circumstances.
It looks like this could be Spooky pops his OD. Doing the Enma, tries to do Enma again, doesn't, actually gets beat out by an air button. Still alive, Hakumen can kill you from here, but not if he's dead.
Jeez.
Jiyukin's Amane looking kind of nice, taking round 1.
People can't kill you if you're dead, if they're dead.
So this is still 2 out of 3. Starting next round, every match moving forward will be 3 out of 5.
Yeah, so these players are in for the long run. Lots of time to adjust and lots of time to, as they would say, get to know each other a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think Spooky has much experience with this matchup. Like you were saying earlier, there's a fairly limited supply of Amane matchup that you get to actually play in MA. So we'll see how he adjusts to this as it moves on. I wonder if he's going to switch to Arakune, honestly. It seems like he won't. He's like, I don't want to play that matchup.
I wouldn't be shocked if he switched it for Game 3, if he loses this game.
There's no Game 3. If he loses, he's out.
We've seen...
And he can't switch if he wins.
Oh, wait, that was Game 2.
That was Game 1. This is best out of 3. We're not in losers finals yet. This is losers semis.
God, I'm getting mixed so much. This literally could be losers finals, and I would not be shocked.
Yeah, these are 2 of the strongest players in bracket. This could have been grand finals, quite honestly. And here they are meeting in losers semis.
Yeah, that just speaks to the strength of the players fighting here, and just the amazing sets we've seen so far. But enough about that. We are seeing you can try to put on a clinic in this matchup.
Ooh, he's like, you can do your dreidel, but I'm gonna Enma right at you. But Jukin isn't having it, bursts out, has level 3 drill, which is terrifying to deal with. Because that means he's gonna get big damage off of basically everything, and Spooky's gotta really start managing his barrier meter.
Ooh, try to punch you through. God, this is rough. I think a lot of this I am willing to chalk up to massive experience. There's a lot of interesting situations with drill usage specifically that we're seeing Jukin put Spooky through again and again and again, saying, do you know what to do? Do you know what to do? Do you know what to do? And Spooky quite haven't been able to make their response quite well.
Spooky's been playing a lot of RPS, trying to use his counters to deal with certain situations, and then Jukin is just covering the options that he follows up with afterwards. I shouldn't say as much RPS. The counters are pretty safe here to just beat projectile Oki. But Jukin's like, yeah, sure, fine, counter my Oki.
Oh,
Crutches under 4C. That's gotta suck. Is that every character? That's specific to Amane, right?
I don't know. It might also be the spacing. I thought the 14 hitbox was a bit taller at the. Wait a minute, hold on.
Oh, rolls backwards into the drill, pops Arrow D, goes in, gets the counter hit Renka. This is gonna hurt.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Oh, I think they tried to backdash to bait something, but that super does not care, and Jiuken takes it. They are moving on to loser semis. Spooky is out at 4th place after a tremendous run. Spooky beating out Pika Shock, Ice Cool, losing to Richter, and then beating out Hitoshira, and then losing to Jukin right now. Nothing wrong with that, losing to 2 of the strongest players in this bracket, and knocking out a couple of killers along the way.
Okay.
And that means we are getting Jiuken versus Uzumaki.
Which is still...
Which I will, to remind everybody, Uzumaki is the person who knocked Jiuken into losers in the first place.
Oh, that's right! Yeah, they were playing... Oh, that was a... Jeez, that set was nutty.
But
that feels like it was hours ago.
Jiuken is on a hot streak now. This tournament's been moving fast, too. It's only 9 o'clock, and we're almost through this whole 25-man bracket.
Yeah, it's going through. When am I playing again? That's an excellent question. I'm not quite too sure. That depends on how some of the other TO stuff goes around.
Richie plays again. There's only one more round, so he shouldn't be playing in more than like 15 minutes if it goes to absolutely last game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Jukin saying it was an hour ago.
Oh my god, was it really?
Yes.
Time flies.
Yeah, it's been nuts. I have no... Jukin... I want to give... I can't give enough credit that to the, like, the staying power that Jukin has to be able to run through all of these players right now.
Jukin's got some endurance, and they're a really strong player playing really strong characters.
Yeah, like, Uzumaki has had time to rest. Richter has had time to rest now, as he talks about canceling the kill. But
Richie, we told you to do this ahead of time.
Yeah.
Tweeto, I'm going to ask you to hold down the mic for 1 second. I'm going to go take care of some things over here, and then I will be right back to watch loser semis of Boston Blue Beat Online Volume 22. Volume
22, we've been at it. Jeez. Yeah, we did have Mecha Oni play in this bracket. That was pretty nuts. Who's getting NTR'd? That's an excellent question. I think low-key Spooky did. My dude kind of got screwed over on some of the modern matchup stuff. High school was trying to NTR me. No comment. Yeah. Dang, Mecha Only was in here earlier. This has been nuts. Spooky, I don't blame you for feeling free of this bracket. It has been a long time. Yage, why are you trying to run it right now? Wait for this bracket to end. We still have so many more crazy matches to go through. Seriously. There are, let's see. In the scenario we're in, we see as many games as possible. It's about 15 or so. Oh, yeah. Oni was playing on PSN briefly for this tournament, although more or less kind of got a reminder that they don't like PSN very much. So, yeah. Kinda accidentally reaffirmed PC for Oni. Yeah, Jukin's already doing it. So right now we have Jukin and Uzumaki. I'm not sure if Jukin's gonna opt for. Oh, never mind. Jukin's going to opt for Amane this time around. So this is gonna be a wildly different matchup. Uzumaki last set displayed a very good understanding of the Carl matchup and did a very good job sending Jukin to losers in the first place. So here we are with the Amane versus Susanoo this time.
And I cannot blame Jiyukin for switching.
I have no idea if Uzumaki has experience playing the other players that, playing Tam and Tato.
I don't think.
I was just going over that actually. That given the way, oh my goodness, he tried to wheel.
Very early OD from Uzumaki. I'm wondering what he was trying to beat with that option. Oh, Jiyukin's got level 3 drill. Bursts out. He's like, no, you're gonna hold this. Big damage.
I think he tried to OD in order to get wheel, but Amane still beat it out. Oh, caught with the last hit of dive. That's rough, buddy.
Ooh, chipped to death.
Sets up the Cyclone. You gotta hold that. Use your barrier.
You gotta use barrier against Amane. You can't just block. Very patient neutral from Uzumaki, running up to try and punish the JC, hitting Air 5B, which is very good confirm for Susanoo. Tries to TRM, but does not get it. Amane running him down in the corner, gonna get a good knockdown, resetting him into an air throw. This is gonna hurt.
Oh. This is messed up. Yeah, for that reset, you just have to not check. That's how you beat it, for those trying to do it with Amane. And may or may not have gotten reset with that ability attack.
Oh, this looks like it could be death. 3 drill, 50 meter. Oh no, Uzumaki's got to burst out of that.
Yeah, you got to get out of that immediately. Oh my goodness.
Dive kick into death.
Wow. That accelerated very, very quickly.
Yeah, Uzumaki may know the Carl matchup, but I don't think he knows the Amane matchup right now. That was a decisive round for Jiyukin.
Yeah, on top of that, I think that even with knowledge of this matchup, on paper at least, from my immediate thoughts, is that Amane in the spacing that he likes to be at, lets him toy around with Susanoo a lot. One thing that I would really love to see Uzumaki try out is to try and 5A some of Amane's JB attempts. For those that don't know, the ribbon for JB on Amane is actually part of the hurt box. So you can actually hit Amane for it. And we just got a must die, so this is a gamer power-up, per se.
I know Jiyukin loves to pick must die, and I mean, he's against the Susanoo. How are you supposed to not pick must die?
I guess so, yeah.
I love this little, I love the intro that you get here where Terumi puts on the Hakuben suit. I think that that's just so neat.
It's so cool.
Uzumaki playing kind of defensively, letting Jiyukin run his offense, unfortunately. Gets opened up. He's standing up, but I don't know if he knows that Amane's air normals, other than JA, aren't actually overheads.
I actually did not realize
A great deal of Amane is, Amane does not have a standing overhead, and a lot of their air normals are actually mids. So you can block low against him a lot of the times. The scary stuff comes from the frame trapping with the drives.
Yeah, a lot of it is either frame traps, the chip damage,
side slaps him for the counter assault.
Oh my god. Speaking of
and he might die here. Level 3 drill, this is gonna hurt.
This is death.
Oh, just barely not. He's got that big Susanoo health to save him, but not if he doesn't use barrier. Matchup inexperience really blowing Uzumaki up, I think.
You gotta pop the barrier and you gotta IBD Amane out in order to at least get the chance to pop out of it.
Ooh, using that great JA that he used against Carl. Moving around to get out from under the J2B and start his turn.
Tries to go for the cross-up JB, whiffs it. Back to neutral now. Amane pressure. Ooh, caught with a 2C right there. Drops to 60, has to block the entire thing. Ooh. This chip damage makes me hurt. Oh god.
Ooh, counter assaults him into the corner. Level 3 drill. It's finally starting to use some barriers so they don't get chipped out. OD's through it, but that's not a great spot to do that. It doesn't at least let you start any pressure.
Oh
DPs. Oh, gets a hit. Can he start his turn?
Nope.
Blocks the EA, but barrier blocks it so he doesn't get a punish.
Yeah, you gotta block regular block it or ID it in order to even get the chance to punish.
Blocking the overhead, gets out of there. If Uzumaki
Builds up
runs out of
the
barrier, he's just gonna die. And
There
just
it
like
is.
that,
So that last interaction went very quickly, but I want to highlight that little moment where Jukin built up the level 3 drill in order to jail Uzumaki in order to make this work out. We're seeing that Jukin is repeatedly putting Uzumaki in a situation where he's able to essentially just 5D, and either A, he gets chipped out and loses, or B, he gets chipped out and loses a lot of barrier and makes Uzumaki that much more nervous before taking the round.
yeah, it's definitely a scary situation for Uzumaki to be in. And I just want to note how strong Ryukin is, that he's playing his second strongest character and winning handily in losers semis. Very impressive. I don't have a sub that I'm this good with.
Yeah, Jukin definitely showing mastery and understanding of a lot of these matchups. The fact that he immediately went Amane really goes to show just how confident he is in this pick. And honestly, looking at the 2-0, looking at the games that's happening so far, I agree with him 100%.
Uzumaki has to make the adjustment here. He's got to learn some things about this matchup really fast.
Yeah, it is not easy by any means.
Runs up in 5As, that gives him a good confirm, and now he has DP unlocked. That's strong.
That's solid at least, but the problem is that Amane Zeto, his 236A, is also with cancel. He doesn't need to press a button. He can just cancel directly into a backward roll.
That
he
is
can
scary.
bait out a DP if he wishes, and then just go with like a JQC, for example.
Uzumaki getting a good confirm here, though. This is looking kind of good. Odie's a little late, backdashes to, and then gets supered anyway. That's the second time we've seen that happen.
Can we call that the spooky, where you get hit while you're trying to backdash? Anyway.
I think we should call it the Jiyuken when you call it out.
Might have to call it the Jiyuken instead, yeah. Ooh.
Knocks down, techs right into the dreidel, tries to counter assault, gets sideswept, but does get out of pressure and then hit, and this looks like it could be death.
This is death. He gets the meter to kill here.
I'm never assuming it's death. I'm not going to commentate his curse Jiyuken. He doesn't deserve it.
That is true, but he is, he's kind of washed. This is...
Oh, run up, movement crimes, go to jail. Here's the corner. Overhead.
Like that, I can't say it's a wash in good conscience. I will say that he's been very dominant, and naturally I'm saying this on the round in which Uzumaki is doing very well.
Uzumaki showing that he only needs like 1 or 2 confirms to really change the momentum of this match. Next hit for him could be death. Doesn't have burst, counter assaults out. Oh, God press! No meter to rapid though. Hits him with the overhead, God presses him again. There we go, that's the Uzumaki that I know.
My God.
Ooh, hits him with the cross-up JC. Getting a good confirm here. Picks him up trying to jump out and then jumps and resets him in the air.
Amazing air J.
Ooh, guard crushes for a starter. I wonder if that was an auto-confirm or if he was just calling out Jiyuken for mashing. Anti-air 6D! I don't even know anymore. Jiyuken was winning this, but Uzumaki's like, nah, watch this.
Zeto backs up a little bit, tries to just reset to neutral.
Uzumaki already in active flow. He will get his OD back this round.
Uzumaki also has sword super, so he has a better option to deal with Amane at full screen towards the ground.
Great anti-air 5A from Jiyuken, putting Uzumaki in the corner. Finally learned how to deal with that Oki, forcing Jiyuken to use his burst. He will kill on this next touch if he can confirm it. Counter assaults out of pressure. Gets a JA, really awkward catch on the backdash, but doesn't quite get a kill here. Tries to go for a grab, backdashes out of 3C. But gets hit by the dreidel! About to get his OD back though. Plenty of barrier if he manages to use it, but Amane has level 3 drill and throw counters him. Will he steal the burst? No! 6A rapid run up is very strong here. Got it! Oh, you have to use your barrier! And Jiyuken narrowly takes it. Uzumaki giving him the fight for his life in that last round.
Uzumaki saying, hey, yeah, you know how it was 3-0? You worked for that. My goodness.
What a set. Oh my god. Just a shout out to Uzumaki for making it this far. Absolutely tearing through this bracket, beating Small Squish, Mecha Oni, Science Cat, Jiyuken, and then losing to Richter and Jiyuken again. What a bracket. Only killers all the way through, and he made it to loser semis.
Sheesh. And now we have grand finals.
I gotta say, this has been one hell of a bracket, and I would like to remind everybody that this is just a weekly. If you would like to do this, our signups are open next week. Check our region map, see if you're eligible, and by all means, sign up. We can do this every week.
We can do this again.
This is just Friday for us. This isn't some big, huge tournament. You can fight killers any Friday that you want.
Sheesh. I hope everybody that's entered understands that we're here to have a grand old time.
Uzumaki, we just need you to leave the room so that we can run the next match.
Yeah, you gotta
there he goes. He's gone. All right.
Sheesh.
So Jiyukin on winners finals, losers side, and Richter on winners side. Jiyukin has to make a real run back, and they have not fought Richter yet.
That is true, actually.
Richter, the last defender of Massachusetts.
We have
Jiyukin going for the bang mirror.
Don't. Okay. We're not going to see any other crazy character switches.
All right, Jiyukin's been in chat kind of moaning about this matchup. It does seem like it could be rough for Carl. Bang has got a pretty dominating neutral, and Carl's can be a little bit lackluster, although Ada does get to kind of block nails, which can make it a little bit easier for Carl. But once he gets his game plan going, Bang is really strong in this matchup.
Huh, that's actually very interesting. I have not seen this matchup before. This is something Dora Bang. But anyway, on to the matchup. Grand Finals. Boston Blue beat online, and we are starting with a patient.
TRMs, but no confirm. Air nail, and it's a purple crab. What a start to grand finals! Bang running around like an absolute madman, trying to go for the 2D, gets his burst stolen. This is looking like Jiyukin's round, unless Richter can pull something out. Jumps to get out of the hit grab, counter assaults his way out of the corner, and kills Ada in the process. But Jiyukin rolling through the nails, doing Carl combos, and Carl schmicks sister free.
Oh, messing up again.
Carl's like, yeah, I don't need her. Sister Ada who? I've never heard of her.
Sister, I'm an only child. Come on now.
Excellent Bang JA. But we're still in neutral here until Jiyukin takes the hit.
Oh my goodness. Good throw tech. Disables Ada. Oh, sorry, not disabling Ada. Stop Ada's attack with that throw tech, which is very good. Building up a lot of seals right here.
Getting all four and setting up a thing in the corner. Jiyukin rolling right out. But gets air grabbed right back in.
As mentioned before.
Super here. Oh, because he can cancel the super using the nail. So this isn't like the ender here.
Yeah, he's got the bumper. Oh my goodness.
He tried to go for a reset, but he didn't get it.
Yeah, try to beat the burst.
Jiyukin very wisely deciding not to tech, because teching against Bang sometimes just gets you killed.
Yeah. 1-1 right now. Game 1.
Punching Ada right in the face, and Carl punches him right back. Getting schmixed, but Wake Up OD gets him the schmicks anyway.
Doesn't have the seals unlocked, so is unable to invuln through with those dashes.
Until he unlocks all of them right now and goes into EA, so he'll get his OD back this round, most likely.
Yeah, as long as this drags out long enough.
Ooh, gets a great hit from Carl, carries him all the way to the corner. I love these bang routes that Richter does, where he just carries you full screen with like the little punches and then uses the nails to extend.
Yeah, these nail extensions are really on point. Very difficult to land, but Richter keeps going for them, confident in his confirms.
Richter's got a lot of his resources. He's got tons of nails left. He's got all 4 seals. EA's out of the corner. Almost got his burst back. Ooh, but now he's getting hit by the Carl overhead. Jiyukin drops, though. This is scary.
Falling jump button. Bumper right next to Ada.
Block
Barrier
sister.
blocking that.
5D's out. This could be death. He's got OD. He's got super. This, if he doesn't drop here, this is dead. Yep, he's dead.
Here we go.
I know Richter has talked to me about one of the hardest parts about that, and Tsubaki has this problem too, is that when he ODs, the animation is so long, you have to wait such a long time before you buffer that next move. And especially on net play where you can get some variable delay, that can be really hard to come out of and combo with.
Yeah, one of the big things actually about that animation, now that you mention it, is that when Bang is below 30%, he'll go into the old Furin Kazai animation that you just saw there, which actually lasts a lot longer than him activating overdrive regularly, which is part of the reason why you see that long animation, which is the reason why you see that long animation actually happen.
But Richter up 1-0 right now, and he only needs 2 more games to close out this entire tournament in his favor. He made second last time, losing to Science Cat. But although to be fair, he did go all Noel last week and make second place, and now he's playing his main.
At this point, I feel like Noel is... I'm not even sure if Noel feels like a sub at this point. It feels like a dual main at this point.
Yeah, I agree with you. Honestly, it's such a strong character pick for him.
Yeah, no matter what character Richter decides to play, Noel or Bang, they are strong as all hell.
Both of these players very strong with multiple characters. Just shows their mastery of this game.
Yep. Ooh, gets hit by the clap. That's the first time he's gotten hit by it. He's barriered it every other time last match.
Bang, bursting into the corner, which is very, very strong use of the resource. Even though he doesn't get the OD here, he does get to start running his mix on Carl, which is debatably better.
Has the bumper set, so he can do a lot of mix now.
Ooh, Jukin tries to OD through the overhead and unfortunately gets burst. That could cost him this round.
This is the round, I think, actually.
Oh, yeah, he's got the... Oh, no, not quite. Counter-assaulted out. Carl's dangerous defense, getting him back in there, but no confirm. Just throwing out these nails, fist style, and air grabs him, taking the round.
Richter recognizing that he can just pop all of these nails in order to at least get Carl and Ada to stop, and then just set up for a great air throw there.
Getting put into the sandwich very early this round, unfortunately, and not looking like he's going to get his burst back anytime soon. This is scary. Great use of barrier to force Carl to commit more on defense, and then changing it up to make it difficult for Carl to anticipate. But he is almost out of barrier now, running through this meter, and Carl has almost full doll, but it doesn't matter if he gets hit.
Oh my goodness. Okay. This doesn't quite kill.
Oh, but the hit grab side swap does.
Dirty.
But Richter now has his OD back, and we know how scary that is for Jiyukin to deal with. We saw him kill Karanchi earlier from almost 7k. And that's a lot of Carl's health.
Carl, a small boy, not that big of a health pool.
Carl actually is tied for the smallest health pool in the game at exactly 10k.
Ooh, yeah, that's extremely small.
Blocking the overhead, trying to OD, and getting hit for it. That's going to be a disaster for him because it means that he's not going to have access to that resource again this round, most likely. He didn't get an EA, so unless this round drags out for a while.
Oh, God. Gets clapped for that 2D attempt right there. Ooh, messes up the ender. Air dashes out for free, and we are back to neutral. And Ada's nearly... Yep.
Great tag. Ada dead. Bang only low on nails, though. Carl completely out of burst, but with 100 meter.
Bang popped into active.
Oh, air grab, and he's got his OD back. This could be the... Oh, no.
Oh, my God. 50 meter. Ada's back up.
No nails for Richter. Ada's up. This is looking scary. Ooh, Carl in danger state. Popping that OD. Let's go. What's going to happen next? Who knows? This is a really scary situation to be in for Carl.
Oh, my God. Goes for the...
Ooh, side swaps, but the hit stop on Ada punishes him and he dies.
Oh, my God. Oh, no. That's a heartbreaker.
Oh, man. What a great knowledge check from Jiyukin, though. Supering into Ada would normally be a good idea, but because of the hit stop, rapiding it means that you still can't act because you're stuck in the hit stop, and it's so long on a super like that that Jiyukin just gets to pick up anyway.
Wow. That requires a lot of knowledge to understand. I'm not sure if Richter could have opted for the... No, he didn't have. He did not have full seals, correct?
No, he did. He could have. He had the option to teleport command grab, but there's always the risk that he gets hit by a stray button when he goes to teleport, especially because Ada puts even more control onto the screen. I think the real option that he had to do there was barrier after, unfortunately. Normally he would get to act, but also he didn't make Carl block, so I think he just had to respect that there.
Yeah, that's a very, very obscure hold that situation. I will say.
Yeah, I don't think you see that very often, but maybe if it comes up again, Richter will know what to do.
I feel very glad Miura talked to us about hit stop the other
Yeah, we just had this conversation, which is the only reason I know any of this.
Yes.
Shoutouts to Miura for explaining how dolls work.
Yeah. You should come out for one of these. This connection with NE is pretty great.
I mean, that's being up to test. I think he's out of our region, so let's focus on Jiuken running the schmicks right now.
Oh my goodness.
Carl sometimes just gets to do it to you, and I think we're going to see the unblockable. Oh, OD's out. Side swaps him into the corner. Drops the combo, though, but resets him.
Yeah, first puts him in the corner right up against Ada. Holds the shot. How is possible?
He wanted to try and get those plus frames on Carl, and unfortunately he didn't get them. But he is up a burst, and honestly, these two characters have about the same amount of life right now.
Yeah, that low-key just murked Ada's health. She's recovering it back.
Oh, gets side swapped, and that is death.
Richter is getting chewed up with these side swaps coming here from Jiuken.
Jiuken on a hot streak.
Yeah, switching characters flawlessly without breaking a sweat.
That's definitely something that messed me up. Great IBs from Richter, but unfortunately still gets hit trying to use Bang's anti-air.
Notice the statement you've made there, and I will acknowledge it. Richter immediately starting off in the neutral.
He's got OD. Ada is dead. No EA, though, so not likely that he's going to get his OD back, but not impossible.
Try to go for the reset, but gets hit out of it anyway. Ada's about to come alive, but it's going to be a bit separated.
Great air normals from Bang. Sliding into Ada, hits Carl, side swaps him into the corner, and he has the bumper up with all 4 seals, going for the super.
Alright, Option takes the damage.
Oh, tries to go for that same grab reset that didn't work last time.
Yeah, it looks like Jiuken is very much so expecting it. Honestly, I'm not
you
gonna
gotta
lie.
bait the counter assault, but no confirm, so it's not too scary.
Yeah, thank goodness.
Got his burst back, and then
Oh my god.
trade him bursts. Jiuken wants this round. Oh, excellent confirms from Richter, keeping him in this. No bursts for anyone going into round 3.
Exactly. At this point, whoever wins neutral first is likely to have a very great advantage due to the active flow proccing sooner on hit.
And it looks like it's going to be Jiuken right now, carrying Richter almost all the way to the corner, side swapping him definitely in the corner now. This is looking like Jiuken's game, except he drops and Richter gets out.
Yep. And because Richter took all of those hits, his overdrive meters actually built up a decent amount right now.
And Ada is dead, while Bang still has plenty of nails to go. Although Ada will probably be alive by the time this combo ends.
Richter, once again, really loves to pop those heals early. Good counter assault right there. Don't want to deal with the sandwich situation. Recognizes the positioning between Carl and Ada. Oh my goodness. Hits him with a standing overhead once again.
Oh, tries to go for a reset, but Jiuken not falling for it.
Hits through Ada with the JB, I believe. Oh my goodness. Tries to go through the air throw. Doesn't really work out. Carl pressure.
Left, right,
switch.
counter assaults out. Gets a good hit. Can he? I don't think he can kill off of this, but he's got plenty of nails and 4 seals. I could be wrong. Oh, he does it. Narrowly eking it out. Richter is now on tournament point. For matches, not for rounds, of course. I'm a little excited, okay.
I don't blame you. 2-1, set point for Richter. Will he defend MA, or will the out-of-stater Jiuken rise up, reset the bracket, and drag us into yet another grueling set?
And it couldn't happen to 2 nicer people. Honestly, Jiuken and Richter are both super swell guys, so I'm glad that if anyone's duking it out in grand finals, it's the 2 of them.
That's the funniest part about all of this. Richter and Jiuken are such sweet people, but they put the dirtiest mix without
Yeah, you see these guys play, you think they're real bastards. You'd be like, Richter'd probably fucking take my lunch money if he saw me in real life. The Tarumis? Wait, for real?
Huh?
Oh
Wait,
my
what?
god!
What is going on?
Jiuken playing his 3rd character of the tournament, busting out the Terumi, while Richter only needs 1 more match to win. This means that Jiuken is locked into Terumi until the reset.
This is a statement.
I know Jiuken does actually have a Terumi, though. This isn't a meme pick. He's not throwing.
I understand that. Richter also has experience against Terumi with Spooky's Terumi, actually.
Spooky does have a very strong Terumi.
So definitely aware of how this matchup could play out. Really curious to see how this goes. On paper, I'm assuming that Bang just purely dominates neutral despite Shurumi's great anti-air, but look at me
OD's
saying
through
all
the
these
counter
words.
assault, or the crush trigger. That means he's going to get all of his seals, and he's going to go for another reset and get EA.
Oh my
What
God.
a setup.
And manages to get the empowered version with active flow. So that did 3.6k despite scaling.
Oh, does the OG just a little bit late, something that we've been seeing a bit. That stuff's really hard on net play, and when that happens, it can cost you a round.
Yeah. So we're seeing some of the 6A usage coming out of Juke and RC. Yep.
Ooh, counter assaults him out of the command grab.
Oh my goodness. This might be death if he takes
Oh, he
up.
goes for the umbrella Oki, but it doesn't work out.
Oh my goodness. Ooh,
Great tech from Richter, but unfortunately tries to
starter.
act afterwards.
What? Oh,
Gets hit by the overhead, but no meter to confirm.
Does he burst? Nope.
Richter very wisely saves the burst for the next round, knowing that it's better to have the resource for the future for how powerful it is, because if he loses that next exchange, he could lose the whole match.
Jack, if you can sniping that round from the
Ooh,
depths of
TRM.
death. Oh my goodness. Oh my god.
Early OD from Richter. Doesn't seem to be getting any hits. Ooh, gets anti-aired by Terumi.
Yeah, so Terumi 6A, for however much you might want to talk about Terumi's button, 6A is an amazing anti-air. Great range, great confirms off of it. Oh, goodness. Bang popping all of the seals. No overdrive available probably for this round unless he pops that active flow. Calm neutral right now. Bang has 5 nails, 4 seals. Terumi, oh my god, does an anti-air bang for that. The air dash, hits him low, bumper setup, what's the mix?
Ooh, no mix just yet, and it looks like it's Terumi's turn, except actually it's Bang's counter hit overhead. He doesn't need a nail to confirm that.
Richter getting so much mileage off of these standing overheads right now.
Bang has a lot of them. They're very strong, but he could die next hit. Terumi's got 100 meter and OD. And Astral, access to Astral now. Counter assaults out.
Oh, 2D.
Oh, gets reversal super.
Gotta remember, Terumi DP, 3 frames, extremely fast, and an
Ooh, takes Terumi's burst. That's a big deal. Does his own, but there was an I saw rapid from Jiuken here.
He got the RC. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
no!
Oh!
Nope. Dashes out. Oh my god.
How do you even commentate a moment like that?
I don't know.
Oh, gets tagged.
JD.
And that means that Jiuken's Terumi takes it. It is 2-2. Jiuken can reset it on this next match, but if Richter wins, that is the tournament. We all go home. I mean, we're already home. It's a pandemic, but we turn off the computer.
We turn off the consoles and then we sit and we go, excuse me, and then we post on Twitter.
Yeah, we all post the highlight of that scramble on Twitter. That's what we do.
Speaking of, please make sure that you tweet these out with the @BostonBlueBeat Twitter page. This has been a wild, wild set in a wild, wild tournament.
Honestly, this has been truly insane, and I gotta root for Richie because he's defending MA, but I really want to see Jiuken reset this so we can get just a little bit more Blaze Blue in tonight.
I don't know if I can take the stress of a reset bracket. Fantas, we have seen 3 characters out of Jiuken. We have seen success on all 3 characters. We are now seeing Richter possibly losing his very first set in this entire tournament. And we have seen characters and players that have taken tournaments out of this before, accidentally going to Lakeside Park. You might want to back out of that real quick.
Low-key, I thought that Richter was going to switch to Noel.
I have no idea. Yeah.
They seem to have realized what happened here, so I think we're going to see one of them quit out and then come back.
Yeah, so it'll just be a quit out, come back. We're not going to... We can go back.
Yeah. You can go back. If you guys exit out, we won't DQ anyone.
We can go back for this insane stuff.
Yeah, you can already see how much more laggy this is.
Yeah, oh my goodness. Shout out to the Way Base Net phone, am I right?
Yeah, but, well, BBPO when?
BBPO when?
Wait, Richter's not in the... Okay, there we go. We got it. Yeah. All right.
Richter really wants to beat up Terumi.
All right. We're running it back.
Yeah, this one, we will run it back for.
You can't DQ a man on this kind of hot streak. Are you kidding me?
You can't.
Honestly, it would rob all the people of something great, because we have to see if Richter can make it. He's got to earn this.
Can Richter beat the secret boss character, Terumi? And if this Terumi wins and resets the bracket, does Jiyuken stay Terumi?
I would actually have to consult the rules. I've never seen that individual situation. I think that he gets to reset his pick after the
they can pick whatever. I don't mean it necessarily within the rules, because it's considered a new set. They can pick whoever, but do you stay Terumi because you think it's the best option for you?
I think that you would at this point. If you win, you went 1-2 with Carl and 2-1 with Terumi. Already having a commanding start. Oh, unfortunately, a burst from Richter early.
Did you see that cross under?
That stuff's filthy. Anytime anyone does that. I know Richter has one of those with Noel, too. But now he's going to get the setup into the corner. Jukin bursting out. Very smart doing it right there. Gets the throw reject miss.
It looks like he inputs the throw tech as soon as he jumps, and then, unfortunately, Jukin timed it just right to get that TRM.
No burst from Jukin this time, though, and now Richter has 2 of his seals. Gets the standing overhead and has the meter to confirm it, but drops. Oh, that was an expensive drop.
50 meter immediately pops that DP. That was just about to comment on that.
Ooh, TRM again. These TRMs absolutely brutal from Jukin.
If I remember correctly, that 5B is fluff.
Oh, TRM from Richter. God. Take it back. Oh, but not a drop again.
Oh my God.
Ooh, excellent JA.
Oh, no.
Got the nails.
Oh my God. Tries to go for the nails, doesn't work out.
Out of nails. Jukin does have the life lead. He can run away for 33 seconds. Evades the super, but doesn't get a punish. Does a rapid.
Oh my God. Blocks the standing overhead.
Both characters with OD and burst again.
Out of the 6A. God. Santa is.
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
Holy crap. What a round.
Max range JD.
Oh, getting punished out of bombs, something I've never seen in my life.
What?
Wake up OD, runs the schmicks, other standing overhead, not the flip this time.
Has an extended period of time, wasn't a guard cancel OD, runs out of it but has 4 seals. I would take that. That's pretty good bang for your buck, no pun intended.
Gets the overhead again, keeps dropping that confirm, unfortunately. Very good blocks until he gets caught low. I wonder if that was a messed up IB.
Not quite too sure. Builds just enough meter for the super right there.
Oh, throw counter again. These Jiyuken throw attempts are so good.
He has OD and active flow.
Oh,
wait,
oh.
not the right started. Was that a reset attempt?
Counter assaults out.
Oh my God.
Richter has OD as well. He steals the burst. Richter classic. He loves that.
Oh my God.
That's going to be devastating for Jiyuken in the final round. Richter has OD immediately, and Jiyuken might not even get a chance to use his. And Richter is on tournament point, and Jiyuken is on reset point.
Oh my God, gets hit by the standing overhead twice.
Oh, tries to OD through it and gets burst, I'm guessing. But he's got in the corner now, and he's getting his seal set up.
Gets bumper, he can back out of there. Oh, good usage of that.
Losing that OD is going to be devastating for Richter because he might not get that back this round, but it might not matter if he keeps running his offense like this.
It's looking like not even a might at this point. Due to that burst, locks himself out of active flow, gets the hit. This next hit might kill.
Oh, the double side swap, but not quite the spacing. Gets the 3C, and Richter wins the tournament! Ladies and gentlemen, your Boston Blue Beat Online Volume 22 champion is Richter. Round of applause for Jiyuken. They did an excellent job tonight, making that an absolute nail-biter.
Jeez. Richter. You're
nice. You're nice, man.
My God. And NE wins once again. Massachusetts holding on to the crown of a weekly. This is a weekly.
This is a weekly.
Reminder.
I will see you all next week, hopefully. Same time, same place, but maybe with a couple more signups. Who knows?
Oh, God. I just want to say, before we close out, I freaking love this game, man. And
This
I
game's
really,
pretty
really
tight.
appreciate people coming out here. We've all been really shocked at the support, and we've all really, really appreciated everybody coming out here. And this has been really wonderful to see. I love all you guys a lot.
And to all of our out-of-state players, thank you so much for coming out. I hope all of you had a good time, and I hope that you decide to come back next week.
Please come back for more of this crazy stuff.
And we're going to call this stream here, everybody. I hope you all had a great time. You got to see some of the best Netplay BlazBlue that you get to see these days. We had EVO champions in this bracket. We had MA sleeper hits never seen outside of the state. And most importantly, we had Jiuken coming in with 3 characters and absolutely wiping the floor with everyone in MA except for exactly one guy.
And that one man is named Richter, who still stands tall as the winner.
But he's got a guild war he's got to go do now, so we'll see him next week.
Now, please spread the word of this tournament, whether it's just through tweets and adding Boston Blue Beat. Spread the word. If you like this insanity, bring it to other people, please, because this is pretty wild. Dantis, any other last words here?
I don't think that I have any. I guess, let's go play some friggin' BlazBlue.
Let's keep playing BlazBlue. Take it easy, everybody.
See y'all next week.